And a pleasant good evening to you and to yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Alan Slaughterzinski and Anthony Knockreiner with you live from Richard Dick Blake Stadium, where tonight, for the first time in a while, the Cocoa Tigers have returned home. They had the game last week in which this field does not handle water well. They were away. They had a bye. It's been a while since. When was the last time they were here?
Since they lost to O'Galley.
Yeah, that was the last time. And so tonight, serious business here tonight, because if they don't win this game tonight, for the first time since I guess our good Lord was a baby,
Yeah.
the Cocoa Tigers will not be district champs.
And that is a very weird thing to think about, as the potential possibility is the Cocoa Tigers not hosting a playoff game at any point during the playoffs if they don't win tonight. Obviously, they are still the matchup against Astronaut to determine whether they could make the playoffs. But I think you look at, and a lot of people are already talking about this game. It's the Barbecue Bowl in a couple of weeks, Alan. You feel like if Cocoa wins this one, people start to feel a little bit better about that rivalry game towards the end of the season. They lose this one, I don't know how people are going to feel going into that game as well, but obviously Coco's got to handle their business here tonight as we take a look at the Village Charter Buffaloes. And Coco's defense has quite the task ahead of them. I know you mentioned it in your previews, but it's worth mentioning again. Nearly 5 to 6 guys over 100 yards rushing on the season. They've got 4 wide receivers with over 200 yards receiving, multiple touchdowns on the season so far. You look at what Village Charter has been able to do this season. They've won 53-0, 72-0, 40-0, 49-0, and 35-0. That's just those last 3 weeks that the Village Charter has won ball games. They've shut out 3 straight opponents. I don't know the level of competition, obviously, with Bellevue and Crystal River. Obviously, we know what Astronaut is. But, again, for the Village Charter, this is going to be a real test for them. They're 8-0. The last time they had a team like this, it went 11-2 and met the Cocoa Tigers in the playoffs in 2021. The Tigers beat them 52-21. That was the last time the Village Charters was this good and met this Cocoa Tigers team. Now, obviously, 8-0, and they're meeting him in the regular season. So we'll see what happens. Should be a fun ball game with the offense that we're seeing from the Buffaloes, as well as that dark side defense with their hands full this evening. And we got to see Champ Smith tonight as well, back under quarterback, and what this offense can do. Well, last time we saw them against O'Galley, they struggled offensively.
Oh, listen, the Cocoa Tigers have struggled in everything they've wanted to do offensively this year. But the thing that the Tigers have struggled the most in this year, and the thing that cannot happen here tonight is turning the football over. They have 7 touchdown passes as a football team this year. 7. And when you stop and you think about that statistic alone, 7 in 6 games, you're talking about a program that has averaged 260 yards and 2 touchdowns a game under the tenure of Ryan Schneider. You're talking about quarterbacks like Diego Arroyo. You're talking about quarterbacks like Blake Boda, Davin Widener, and of course now at Texas A&M, you've got Brady Hart. These are the guys that and Champ Smith. I know this young man came in here and wanted to be the next part of that. Well, everything that's happened prior to tonight for this young man can be forgotten about if he comes out here and he doesn't turn the football over and he throws this thing in the end zone a couple of times.
Yeah, I was going to say that's going to be the key part tonight because, again, the games matter now with this district game, one against Astronaut, and getting a little momentum into the postseason because all you got to do is get in the tournament. Anything can happen, and we can be talking about just an aberration of the first couple of weeks, first 8 weeks of the season versus what they could possibly do going forward if they can build upon a win tonight. But one thing, too, Alan, that I think they got to do, the one thing that I liked that we saw from them the few times we've seen them together this season, Zay Chapel has to get the rock, I think, 20 times plus here this evening for this Cocoa offense to stay balanced and to keep the Village's defense, respecting the pass game and keeping their safeties back.
Yeah, listen, and defensively tonight for the Cocoa Tigers, it's just as critical, because this has not been a great team at stopping the run this year. Tonight, they are going to be challenged like they have not been this season against this Village's program.
Yeah, and you mentioned, too, the Cocoa Tigers not turning the ball over. This Village Charter defense has 11 interceptions and 8 fumble recoveries, 19 takeaways on the season. So Coco's going to have to be very, very careful with the football tonight to make sure that they don't give this defense any opportunities, because they are opportunistic at the very least. The Village Charters defense, one of the guys you're going to talk about and see a lot is going to be Cole Logan. Another one is going to be Brady Hunt, who had a pick 6 against Astronaut last week. He's done some really nice things for their defense this season. Dominic Lopez as well. Again, this back end, each of them have an interception this season. So this Village's defense, they pack a punch, and we'll see what this offense does tonight against that defense.
And the Tigers' offense going to take another hit tonight, as they will be without Troy Silverzon tonight. Silverzon, of course, a couple of weeks ago, many of you may have seen it. It was put on social media. His X-ray on social media showed a cracked shoulder blade or bone. I don't know I'm not a doctor, but it didn't look good because there was a bone and there was a crack, and he's not in uniform.
No, he is not. And right now, I know he's talking to offensive coordinator Coach Franco. And, I think that opens the door for some other guys. We still want to see Tank White take over a ball game this season.
Yeah.
And also, too, I think this opens the door for a receiver like Jamal Smith. 14 receptions on the season, 142 yards, 10.1 average per catch this year for him. So a unique opportunity for this wide receiving core. Also look for O'Keefe's battle. But, that was the thing, too, last week, Alan. I mean, you go back to the game the last time they played, which was against Miami Norland. They had like 4 completions. Javian Scott had half of them.
Yep. Listen, there are a lot of things tonight. The Tigers have had 2 weeks off, and they've had a bye. So there's a lot of things that has had to have been fixed in order for this thing to go the way it needs to go tonight. And, again, a win here tonight by this Cocoa Tiger football program, Knock, and we're talking a whole different tune starting – when the clock hits 0 tonight, if they win this game. If they smack the Villages in the mouth tonight like they have in the past, then you know what? 2-4 could be a memory.
Well, exactly. And you look at what the Cocoa Tigers have up after this one at Astronaut next week. Then they've got the Barbecue Bowl at Rockledge on Halloween night.
No, that's been moved to Thursday.
That's been to Thursday, okay.
Yeah. I don't know why we can't play football on Halloween anymore as high schoolers, but a lot of teams have moved that game to third. Yeah, I do that. Listen, that is the reason everybody's given. They don't want to play on Halloween.
We can play football around Thanksgiving, but not Halloween.
Yeah, right.
All right. And then obviously they got the reschedule. They're still rescheduled, right, against the Popka?
Well, I think that rescheduled game against the Popka is going to depend on 2 things. First of all, what happens here tonight.
Yeah.
If they lose this game here tonight, they're playing a Popka.
Yeah. They're going to need that game.
Yeah. The Tigers, listen, right now, if the season were to end today, which is the stupidest expression in all of sports, because, it's not, but if it were, the Tigers would be a 4 seed, and they would host if the 5th seed wasn't a district champ. So, that's the other thing they got, is that can they go win this district championship tonight? And listen, that just because they win tonight doesn't mean they'd win the district championship. They still got to go beat Astronaut next week.
Yeah, and we will see how it all plays out over the course of the next couple of weeks. It should be a fun couple of weeks, but obviously Cocoa looking at the task at hand as we get ready to see Gonzalez kick this one off. Back deep for the Villages.
He has been terrific this season.
Say Cavante Corbin and Omari Hill back deep to return for the Villages. So 12 minutes on the clock. We get ready to swing the leg on this one and get ready to start a game which it feels like, we haven't seen the Cocoa Tigers in a couple weeks. Feels like it's been too long. Glad to see him back on the field as we didn't get to see him last week with all the flooding.
I almost feel like it's been the entire offseason since
right?
we've seen this team. Tigers in their home black tonight. The Villages in their white jerseys with their dark pine forest color pants.
See, I'm trying to figure out what color their helmets are. It looks like just 2 shades.
Yeah,
pine green and gold.
Well, I got another name for it. Yeah, but put those 2 colors together. And
Gonzalez puts the swing on it, and he's going to send this one into the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And we will see Jadens Kennedy, Antoine Johnson, and Omari Hill leading this offense out for the Buffalo.
It's like a grayish green, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Here we go, and this is where this dark side defense has got to step up right now, Knock, and punch this. And listen, I of course I mean figuratively, and punch this Village's offensive line. This Village's offensive line has been absolutely tremendous this season. They are the reason why they've got, I think, 6 backs in triple digits this year.
Yeah, you're looking at that offensive line: Kayvon Kane, Brett Whitman, Caleb Butler, Jay Bridges, and Caden Russ, 6'7".
There you see him right there on the left side. Yeah,
left tackle for the Villages, standing at 6'7".
I would think he's probably going to post up for their basketball team too.
I would think so. First down and 10. We'll see Johnson get the handoff this time, and he'll bounce his way around as he works through the middle of that defense, continuing to churn and jump for extra yardage across the 30 to about the 34.
Well, that's not a good sign if you're a Tigers fan, because he just picked up 13 yards or 12 yards there, and he did it with relative ease.
Antoine Johnson, he had 10 carries for 106 yards and a touchdown last week.
Head coach DeMarcus Menny, or not head coach, defensive coordinator DeMarcus Mennyfield calling the defense down there.
Man in motion as Johnson gets the handoff once again, following his blocks, still on his feet, and he'll be brought down by a host of Tigers, and the ball might have come out.
And they do. Great job. Now is where this has to immediately begin for the Cocoa Tigers. They have got to get pot off of this. Points off turnovers, Knock. That has to happen. We talked about that they had to win the turnover battle tonight. There's +1 right now.
And like you said, they got to get points off this one here as we see the Cocoa Tigers and quarterback Champ Smith come out onto the field. Be first and 10 from the 36. So again, Zay Chappell, 33 carries, 131 yards on the season, had 5 carries for 28 yards in their last matchup as he comes out to the outside, trying to escape one defender. He does, and he'll be brought down by the linebacker Cole Logan. First man in on the stop was Zephaniah Harris.
Good to see Javion Scott back there as well. This was a backfield that was decimated earlier this season with Cannon, McCarthy, and Javion Scott banged up bad with injuries, and now you see Javion Scott in there.
Smith quick to throw out to Hester. Hester makes a man miss. Flags fly in as he's knocked out of bounds at inside the 25. We'll see if it stands.
It's going to come. That's going to be a hold against the Cocoa Tigers right there on the outside. And that's the other thing that's hurt this football team this year. They're going to back the Tigers up 10 yards. Well, he actually held him, but okay.
So the ball was at the 30. I can't remember. Is blocking the back 15 or 10?
10. 10. Clip is 15.
We're going to see Scott come out of the ball game.
So it's a spot foul, Knock. So that tells you it's going to be 2nd and 10. So that tells you they had a first down.
Yep. Ball spot all the way back at the 36 originally where this drive started. Champ Smith, empty backfield. Plenty of time. Rifle one over the middle of the field. Caught by Tank White. Devontae Huff in on the stop, but a great pass from Champ Smith to get it across the middle of the field to his best weapon, Tank White.
Yeah, and that is what we have needed to see from Tank White consistently this season, and that's a great sign to start for this Cocoa offense, is a ball that's not actually right on the money, but Tank White hauls it in.
Mm-hmm. So first down and 10, ball on the 18-yard line after an 18-yard gain.
Well, it's a great pass, but
handoff goes to Cayman Varus. He's the new number 4. As Varus will pick up a couple of yards as he gets to the 15.
The Varus, of course, the brother of Ryder Varus. And Ryder spent the season here at Cocoa. Cayman is fast, man. You want to talk about a kid with lightning quick speed. This kid will run a 4.2, 8.40 before it's all said and done here in high school.
You'll love that kind of speed, especially on the inside of the slot. As we'll see, second down and about 6 now as the ball's on the 15. Varys, the man in motion once again. Play action. Quick throw to Tank White in the screen.
Nice
White
move.
now going to the outside. Got a great block from Jamal Smith. We do have a penalty flag as well. But a great block by Jamal Smith.
Yeah, it's coming back. Here's what I'd like to see Tank. Tank ran right for the sidelines that time. Here's what I'd like to see Tank plant, cut, and turn it up and try to head for the nose of that pile, take the nose of the football and put it on that pylon. See what the call is. I thought I saw a hold. Well, they're going to call another block in the back, though. But so the Cocoa Tigers shooting themselves in the foot knock here with 2 block in the back penalties on this drive. Now it's second and about 18.
Absolutely, second down and long, and Cocoa Tiger offense quick to the line. Champ Smith now looks to the sideline for the offensive call.
They just going to have to do some things different tonight that they haven't done this season.
Right now, Hester and Varys, the receivers at the bottom of your screen. Play action. Champ Smith steps up into the pocket. He's an athlete, makes a man miss, and he'll be brought down at the 20.
Now we got a 3rd down and 10 situation here. Listen, the Tigers can still get a first down here without scoring a touchdown. You don't need all 20 yards here as they are inside, or the ball is at the tails at the Barkery red zone here.
I was going to say, and they're also within Gonzalez's field goal range, 45 longest for him this season. So again, still an opportunity for them to get points on this drive. Obviously, you want 6 instead of 3, but again, Cocoa right now, good start with a turnover from their defense and their offense with a short field. 3rd down and 12. Champ Smith, plenty of time. Steps up, now trying to find a man. Can't find one, turns it upfield, and he'll be brought out of bounds as he gets across the 15. Depending on the spot, he might have the 14.
Take the points. Take the points.
And they will listen to Allen as they will send out Gonzalez out onto the field. 3 for 4 this season, and as I mentioned, 45 longest this year.
Well, that's already different than the last time we were here because they went for it on 4th and 4 last time right here in this particular part of the field, and it did not work out.
So a 30-yard field goal as we've got whistles. Gonzalez hits that one.
Hate to see this. That could be a first down. Yeah, there you go. That's against the Buffalo for offside. Was that offside?
Yeah, I think it was the hand across the chest. Was that illegal substitution or too many men?
Illegal substitution, and that is a crushing penalty if you're the Villages, and if you're Cocoa, it is new life, and now you have absolutely got to get 6 here.
First down and goal. Ball now sitting on the 8-yard line.
I want to welcome Jewel Patterson, Eric Arnold, Elizabeth Schmidt, Jay Petty, all watching here tonight. Tigers fans, and Eric says, let's go Buffalo. So we got a Villages fan in the house tonight. Welcome to all of you.
Well, I was going to say, on looking at this game, the pressure's on Cocoa because of the standard that they are. But for the Villages, they're looking at this as a golden opportunity to win a tough district, to dethrone the Cocoa Tigers from being district champions. So I kind of felt like the Villages were playing with a little bit of house money this evening as all the pressure was on the Cocoa Tigers. But so far right now, the Villages, a couple mistakes here early on.
And don't be surprised that even if, let's say, the Villages win this or Cocoa wins this district, these two teams won't see each other again in the first round of the playoffs. Because listen, the Villages are the #1 ranked team in 2A Region 2, and they are the 21st ranked team in the state of Florida. They have got the respect they have earned this year.
So right now, the White Hat talking to head coach Ryan Schneider.
Charles Bell here tonight, too. What's up, Charles, my man?
Wonder what they're possibly discussing here.
Oh, no. So they call the penalty. So here's the situation. I can see Schneider's face is red from here. They did not call the penalty. Apparently, the officials got together here, Knock, and decided that there was not 12 men on the field. So we are back to 4th and 4. 4th and 5. Wow. Okay. That's a wild one. I've seen calls overturned, never anything like that.
No, I've never seen that before.
Either they had it or they didn't.
Exactly. As we've got the kick, and it's on its way, and it is good.
Keelan Gonzalez, Mr. Consistency, Legatron, as I'll call him, gets it through, and it's 3-0. Back with the kickoff here on Brevard Sports Network. Welcome back here to Richard Dick Blake Stadium. Alan Slutterzinski, Anthony Knockreiner with you. Don't try to spell those names. Well, listen, I know it's just 3, but they do get points off the turnover.
They do, and I think for obviously Cocoa in years past, that'd be an automatic go-for-it situation, and they would look to, Boggs and everybody else that they've had in the past at the wide receiver position to make some plays. But, this year things have had to kind of change, and they've got to play a little bit more conventional style of football.
Well, you've seen it, and again, they noted the difference from the O'Galley game. They went for that right there, 4th and 4.
But that one also changed the swing of the game.
It sure did. It sure did. And maybe the season.
Yeah. Because, Cocoa was going in looking, put some points on the board instead of the turnover. You don't know what kind of happens, what kind of field position, because neither team could really drive the length of the field on the other. Gonzalez swings the leg, and we will see this one go out of the end zone. So a touchback for the Villages. And that offense now with a chance to once again try and put some points on the board as an Antoine Johnson fumble after a 13-yard gain.
Unusual to see Johnson do that. Outstanding ball carrier, and just doesn't do that.
So ball sitting on the 20, and again, as we mentioned, the Buffalo, 5 or 6 guys that can tote the rock, multiple guys over 100 yards on the season. Roberts.
I got a shocker for you. I don't mean to cut you off. How about this? How about John Kirby reports Palm Bay up 6-0 on O'Galley early.
Wow. All right. It is October. Stranger things have happened. 8:06 to go here in the first quarter. 3-0. The Tigers lead the Buffalo.
Good show,
Buffalo
too.
First down and 10 as the throw and pass is made. Catch is made as well by Jamarian Clark. And Clark with a great frame, big body receiver, and a nice pickup there on first down.
C.J. Hester on the coverage there, the Florida commit for the Cocoa Tigers. 7:48 to play here in the first quarter. The Tigers have struck first and lead this thing 3-0. Hester, with Billy Napier's job in jeopardy, a Gator through and through. He's going to Florida, whether Billy Napier's there or not.
You love to see that because, you used to just see that as a kid when you were growing up. You were either a Gator, you were a Seminole, you were a Hurricane, and you wanted to go to that school for that very reason.
Yep.
So great to see that Hester just wants to be a Gator. 7:21 to go here in the first quarter. Jaden Kennedy in the shotgun all alone. He's going to step up and run with it. Great athlete as he gets across the 30 to about the 31, and that'll be enough for a Buffalo first down.
Yeah, that's the thing that scares me tonight for this Cocoa defense is just how many weapons they have when it comes to running the football. Like I said, 6, I believe, Knox, 6 ball carriers in triple digits this year.
And Kennedy this season is not bad throwing the football either. 80 for 111, 72% completion percentage, 1,400 yards, 22 touchdowns, no interceptions.
That's the biggest key right there.
Jamarian Clark, 29 catches this year, 455 yards, 7 touchdowns. Going to be a great matchup between him and Hester here this evening.
Now they break it up.
Brady Hunt, the man in motion. Kennedy will hand off to Johnson. Johnson continuing to churn the legs and actually check that. That's Roberts. Roberts with a nice carry and run as he gets across to the 41-yard line.
Was it Roberts that transferred from IMG last year?
I thought it was Clark.
Clark. I'm sorry. Clark transferred from IMG last year. That's a pretty – he's a junior. That's a pretty good get when you can get a guy from IMG.
Yeah. And it's especially you look at the size of Clark and what he's able to do so far this season. You love to have it. And, again, Roberts this season – 10 carries, 154, 2 touchdowns on the season as we see him in the backfield with Kennedy. Kennedy once again going to hand off as Roberts goes right up the gut. And the Cocoa Tigers defensive line leading the way. Redman Thompson and Tremaine Wells on the stop.
3-yard carry there. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7. And this is what this offense can do to you. A death by 1,000 paper cuts, Knock.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what they can do. They got Omari Hill, Brady Hunt, McGuire, Mellinger as well. Like all guys over 200 yards receiving. And we've seen only one pass here so far. As we mentioned, the 6 guys that can tote the rock. We're seeing Roberts right now do that as well as Kennedy sees 2nd down and 6. Kennedy drops back. Pressure coming as he tries to escape. He does. Throws it quickly to Clark on the outside, and Clark will go out of bounds. And a great tackle there.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that's just awfully impressive stuff right there from Kennedy. He stood in the pocket. He had room to run the football, but then realized he could get more yards if he threw it out here to his wide receiver, Christian Drain on the catch there, number 10?
Believe so.
So we're going to hit the water break with 5:20 to go. That's just a great play. That's a headsy quarterback right there. A lot of kids at this level are always going to do feet first. We saw Champ Smith do it twice on the last drive. There he stops, plants, and lets it go for a big gain.
And the thing, too, was Drain came back to him as well,
yeah,
which is great as well to set up that separation between him and Battle on the defensive side. And right now the Villages offense driving down the field. We're looking at their 6th play of this drive. This drive started about 8:06. We got 5:20 on the clock right now here in the first quarter.
This is where the dark side defense and Coach Benefield, they have to step up here. They got to shut this down right now. They got a kicker, too. They got to cut. We were watching during warm-ups. He was hitting from about 40 easily.
Yeah, their kicker, Boozer, 5 for 5 on field goals this year. Longest is 45. Man in motion is Corbin. Kennedy will hand off to Roberts, and a great job by the defense swarming. Leading the ways was Jermaine Waters, I'm sorry.
That's exactly what you got to do. You got to bust through there and make a stop. It's a loss of 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Again, this offensive line for the Buffalo, pretty good size across the board. Jay Bridges, Brett Widman, Kevin Kane, Caden Russ. Along with that, Caleb Butler, the center.
You saw Keontae Corbin do kind of a Canadian Football League motion there.
2nd down and 11. Kennedy looks to throw, throws to the outside. That one just off the hands and incomplete. That one intended for Roberts.
That's a catchable ball, and that tells you what kind of quarterback you got there in Kennedy, man. He threw that ball on an out route to the far side hash and put it right on the money with speed on that ball, man. That is not an easy throw to make for any quarterback.
Yeah, no, especially to put it on the outside where that DB can't get it, because so many times that DB can undercut that out.
Yep.
4:28 to go. Big 3rd down here for the dark side defense. And we're going to see some changes in personnel. We're going to see Antoine Johnson come back into the ball game.
Tigers with 4 down linemen, now 5.
Corbin, the man in motion, as he goes out.
Oh,
into the flats, ball's on the ground. Kennedy trying to escape, throws it up and throws it laterally out of bounds. That's got to be intentional grounding.
It is.
And there's the flag.
Kennedy took his eye off the ball on the snap. Nobody's fault there but Kennedy's. He knows it. That's going to bring up 4th and a trip back to the Villages. And the Tigers' dark side defense stands tall. And they'll get the football back. And the Villages right now the ones shooting themselves in the foot, Knock.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes here in this first quarter as, again, this is a game for the Villages to really stamp on their season against this Cocoa Tiger team. Again, you're talking about facing the 3-time defending two-way state champs. You know, the Villages want to win like this. They've lost to the Cocoa Tigers on this field before.
And it wasn't pretty.
No. All the way back into their own territory. It's 4th, and like you said, Alan, back to the Villages. Punter for the Villages is Wilson. He's at 8 punts for a 29-yard average. This one's not going to get as far as he likes, but it will take a Buffalo bounce, and it'll get to about the 32-yard line, and that's where the Tiger offense will get started.
I want to take this opportunity to thank Tails at the Barkery. And, you know, I know I don't want to sit here and talk about the holidays with Halloween not even here yet. But a lot of people are budget conscious these days, and they shop in advance. And if you've got that dog or cat or pet lover in your life, Tails at the Barkery, located in Cocoa Village, and I can't thank Miss Pam enough for her constant love and support of not just Cocoa Tiger football, but Brevard Sports Network. 4:08 to go here. Here's my man, Anthony Knockrunner.
Right now the Tigers leading 3-0, first down and 10. Handoff to Scott. Scott weaving and finding a hole. He's going to get it, continues to churn the legs.
Great run.
Picks up a couple of extra yards.
Great run by the young man there. And that's Cocoa Tiger football right there. You don't go down on first contact. You turn, you spin, you fight for 3 more yards, and that's exactly what he did.
I mean, if I'm the Cocoa Tigers, I'm peppering this defense with Scott and Chappell.
Yep, all night. Beat them at their own game.
Second down and 5. Smith hands off to Scott once again as he bounces it off tackle. He'll get close to first down yardage as he gets to about the 43.
I think if you're the Cocoa Tigers, you come into this game and you say, you know what, this is the game plan we want, but we'll see how this unfolds, and we'll win this game however it turns to us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right now, Cocoa has not made mistakes. They've played clean football outside of a couple blocking the back penalties. But so far, no big mistakes. As Logan coming on the blitz. Smith looking deep with the rainbow. And he's got Hester, but it's just too far out in front for the Gator commit, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he had Hester there, and I mean, you know, just missed him. He just overthrew him by a couple of yards. And Hester, the Village is not. Nobody back for the Villages on that. They had no safety help on that. That was just straight one-on-one coverage that time, Knock, with number 0, Devontae Huff back there, and Hester got by him.
And we got a false start on the Cocoa Tiger offense as they come quickly to the line.
The Villages, it looks like to me, are playing a version of the 3-3 stack here. Which is, if you're not familiar with what the 3-3 stack, it's 3 deep down linemen, 3 linebackers. And a lot of times it is an offense that a defensive coordinator can blitz from many different positions. They don't blitz at all this time, and that's a great throw and catch.
As Tank White is able to elude at the first tackle, and he'll get all the way down to the 32-yard line. But I'll tell you what, that was I was pretty sure that was Huff that delivered that hit as Tank White stayed up.
Tank White went up and got another one there as Champ Smith looks over at Adam Franco and gives the thumbs up. That was a terrific pass from Champ Smith. Great pass, great catch, and the Tigers are moving the ball.
31-yard pickup there for the Tigers offense. First down and 10. Handoff to Chappell. Chappell goes off right tackle, and the ball's been stripped out of Chappell's hands, and the Villages come up with their first turnover.
And the Tigers immediately come out after a great play and turn the football over, and two steps up, 1 step back, Knock, and that was an opportunity there that the Tigers just turned over.
Tough break there as, again, you know, give credit to that defense. Like, it didn't quite catch the defender who ripped it out of his hands, but give him credit for ripping it out of the ball carrier, and the Villages now with an opportunity in the turnover battle 1-1, but we'll see if the Villages can get any points off turnovers here, as this Tiger defense has stood tall so far.
But you got to feel good if you're Champ Smith coming off the field. Tank White's catching whatever you're throwing at him tonight,
Exactly.
And they're picking up yards. So you've got something to build on off of that drive there.
Well, I still don't think you abandon the run. They still have had success running the football.
You can't do it because it's setting up that open in that Tank White being open in the middle.
First down and 10. Tigers with a 3-0 lead. Here the Villagers with the ball after the fumble recovery. Again, that's their 20th takeaway on the season. Kennedy looking to go deep, and I believe that is Omari Hill who makes the catch on the far sideline.
What a throw, what a catch. I mean, that's all you can say about that. I mean, he threw that ball perfect.
And Kennedy's just, again, what a fantastic quarterback, the way he's able to throw the football.
I mean, he put that one right on the money.
So right now the Village is operating in the Cocoa Tigers 35.
As the first quarter has 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in it.
29-yard gain for the Village's offense as they're at the 35. Man in the backfield, it looks like that is Corbin. It is, as Kennedy throws this one. A little bit of miscommunication between him and Jamarian Clark.
Yeah, that's all that was right there. I was just supposed to be a little stop there and a little out, and he just kept running.
Brings up an incompletion, and second down and 10. As, again, I mean, Kennedy's got options to throw to. Hill with over 300 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. Brady Hunt with 4 touchdowns on the season. Jamarian Clark obviously nearing 500 yards receiving on the year. Again, he's got offers from Vermont State and Bethune-Cookman. Second down and 10. Kennedy drops back, 3-step drop. Pressure coming from the backside. Tigers chasing him. Kennedy's going to throw this one away, and it'll bring up third down and 10.
Smart play by Kennedy there.
Again, though, but that's what the Tigers defense needs, pressure off that edge. They got to get it from Wilson, Waters, Mel Mitchell, Chris Patterson as well. Those guys have got to bring the pressure from the outside.
This is exactly where the Villages were and stalled the last time, Knox. So Cocoa bending but not breaking thus far.
Third down and 10 here. We'll see Antoine Johnson, the back in the backfield for the Villages. Corbin, Hunt, Clark.
I'm shocked to see them throwing the ball so much here. I mean, they were 5-6 yards of carry on the ground.
Yeah. And we're going to see head coach Richard Pettis go ahead and take a timeout and discuss this third down.
So I think here, you've thrown the ball twice already.
Yeah, twice on these first 2 plays.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why you've not turned around and handed it off on an RPO at all here. In fact, we haven't seen them run on this. The first play of the drive was the pass down the sidelines.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen them run at all here, which is mind-numbing to me.
Yeah, I was going to say, again, with the stable of backs that they have. But, again, give credit to Kennedy on that nice throw to Hill. They must see something that they want to do to try and test this Tigers defensive secondary. But
you got to be – yeah, I mean, I don't get it.
So
they see there's something there they want that they're going after. And it could be the mismatch. They have mismatches with their receivers. The Tigers don't have a very big secondary.
Right. We'll see third down and 10. Ball needs to get to about the 26 for a first down.
Screen.
Halfback screen, and that one's going to be sniffed out.
Great play.
Great job there. I didn't quite catch the number. That's Guilford in on the stop. Or check that. No, Kyrie Brooks. I'm sorry. Brooks in on the stop.
Yeah, Kyrie Brooks read that like a Dr. Seuss book. And he came in and absolutely blew it up, and that's going to be fourth down and 14 knock. Great play by Brooks, one of the Tigers' leading tacklers this season, and that's going to bring up fourth down, and they're going to be forced to punt again as the drive stalls.
Yeah, we're going to see Wilson try and put this one inside the 20. Again, 29-yard average from Wilson so far this season. And a turnover that they can't turn into points. Clean snap, kick is high, and he shanked this
terrible.
one. And it's going to roll and take a Tiger bounce.
That's a 1-yard punt.
Yeah, that's a rough one there.
That's actually a net of 1 yard. Well, you can't get cute with him. You got to put foot on ball, and he didn't do that there. But
yeah.
I think he was eyeing that Tiger rusher there. So 114 to go. If you're Cocoa right here, right? How confident are you feeling about taking a chance down the field here with Champ Smith trying that shot to either Tank or C.J. Hester again?
I mean, you'd think you'd like to see it, but at the same time, too, you might run into the same problem the Villages just had. You got away from the bread and butter of running the football where you were picking up good chunks. Champ Smith now looking to throw. He throws out into the flats to Scott. Scott coming to the near sideline, gets across the 40, and stays on that sideline, never really goes out of bounds, picks up a couple extra yards.
And the crowd screaming for a horse collar or something of the sort is they were not happy with the way he was tackled, but it was legal.
I'm about to say second down and a long 5 as Scott did not go out of bounds. Kept his toes just inside the white paint. So second down and 5. We're under 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Tigers leading 3-0. Champ Smith, quick throw, caught by Varys. Varys across midfield, and that'll be more than enough for a Tiger first down.
There it is. You know what that is, Knock? That's called the hitch. The good old-fashioned Cocoa Tiger hitch. It's what that offense lived off of last year, and there we see it again.
I was going to say, I feel like with Champ Smith, the short and intermediate stuff is where his bread and butter is as a quarterback. Low snap, quick throw to Varys out in the flats. Varys makes another man miss. He'll get across the 45 and into about the 43. And another good gain on first down.
Yeah, Varys is, like we said, he's got that speed. He's slippery. He's slippery.
Mm-hmm. Gain of about 5. It'll bring up second down and 5 as we end the first quarter. The Cocoa Tigers lead the Villages in a district battle 3-0.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows and let's get started.
All right, welcome back. Second quarter brought to you by Technique Boxing, located right here in beautiful Cocoa, Florida. Hard work pays off, and here to get you ready to go for quarter number 2, or get you started with quarter number 2, my good buddy Anthony Knockrenner.
Second down and 5. Ball sitting on the 43-yard line of the Villages as Champ Smith with a little shovel pass to Scott. Scott across the 40, makes a man miss inside the 35, still on his feet to about the 30. And it'll be more than enough for a Cocoa Tiger first down.
You know what I like about this play call and this timeout? It's safe. Champ Smith's executing it, and the little shovel pass, put it right there to him.
Again, I think with the Tigers' offense, this is the kind of offense they're going to have to run, 10-play drives. As we see Scott with the delayed handoff, makes another man miss, and he'll get to about the 21 for a gain of 9.
Well, the Tigers put the Villages in a real hole here if they could cash in with 6 points. But this is where we've seen the Tigers' offense go a little haywire tonight once they've gotten here. And as they approach the Technique Boxing red zone, let's see if they can finish this one.
Again, pistol formation. Chappell in the backfield with and behind Champ Smith. Scott to his right. Jamal Smith, the receiver, at the bottom of your screen. Hand off to Javion Scott, and Scott loses the football, and Chappell's right there. I think Chappell recovered it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, they better two hands. Derrick Henry that thing, and I don't mean to fumble it, right? You see what the King did after his third. 3 points of contact, man. And if you need to take that right hand and make that the third point of contact when you're getting hit, then that's what you need to do to secure the football.
It was second down and 1, and now it's third down and 2 here after the Tigers avert disaster. Tigers will hand off to Scott. Scott takes it off the left tackle. He'll get more than enough yardage, and he'll bring it down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Enough for a Tiger first down. 3 first downs on this drive for the Tigers. Looking at the 9th play of this drive.
When you're talking about 3 points, actually it's 4 points of contact if you're going to use your second hand to put it over the tip of the football.
First down and 10. Trips formation to the far side. Varys, Tank White. And I believe that is Maul, that's on the other receiver on the far side. Champ Smith looks inside to Varys on the hitch. And Varys will be met quickly by the linebacking core of the Villages. And he'll take it inside the 15 to about the 12.
Well, this is where they really missed Troy Silverzahn right here. This is where Silverzahn was at his best as their H-back. We saw it multiple times in that opening game against Merritt Island. Silverzahn is tough and slippery, and this is where he was best utilized as an H-back tight end type.
Yeah, especially with his size, you'd love to have him kind of in that middle there.
Yep.
As we'll see Maul, the receiver on that far side, Tank White in the slot. Scott's the back to the right of Smith. Low snap. Smith now looking to throw, getting pressured, and Smith will throw this one away. Flag flies, and that looks like in on the pressure there for the Villages was Robert Sullivan.
Let's say we're going to get a hold here, and that's exactly what the Tigers did to themselves. And you got to back them up. You got to take this if you're the Villages, and it is a hold against Cocoa, and that is their third penalty tonight, Anthony, inside the Technique Boxing red zone.
Yeah, with the penalties have been pretty clean outside of it, but for whatever reason, it's getting a little tighter. And you also got to give credit to the Villages defense. They're bending, but they haven't really broken yet inside the red zone as we look second down and about 14 to go now as the new spot of the ball is the 22-yard line.
I had the camera on the referee. He's 10 yards behind the play. Everybody at home's like, what is this guy doing?
Varys and Smith, the receivers, to your bottom of your screen. Pressure coming. Smith steps up, and that one's just off the hands of a defender, and the ricochet off the hands of Tank White.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is a heck of a play on the defender that was falling down. Who's that, number 88, 89? That's Gavin. Is that
No, that's 88. That's Daniel DJ Brandt.
Okay, well, what a play he made getting a hand on that. But that's a touchdown right there. Tank White's not dropping that one at all.
Third down and 14. Again, the ball needs to get to the 8-yard line for a first down for the Tigers.
7, because threes ain't going to cut it tonight.
Smith and Varys, receivers at the bottom of your screen. Tank White lined up behind Maul. Smith looks quickly inside of Tank White, and that one is incomplete. And we'll see what Coach Ryan Schneider wants to do.
Your points. Got to take the points here. As much as you listen, I mean, you've driven twice deep into the Villages territory here. Listen, if they come away with 3 here at 6-0, great. But you're letting the Villages hang around, and I don't like that. If you're a Cocoa Tiger fan, that's just not something you want to see.
39-yard field goal attempt coming from Gonzalez tonight. Again, he's already been good from 30. This one coming on the near side hash mark. Again, the ball spotted about the 22-yard line. Holder is Smith.
This ain't no chip shot.
As long as it's 45. High snap. Hold is good. Kick is on the way.
Got it.
And it is good.
Nice kick. I'll take it. But, you would like to see that somewhere at 10.
Yeah. You'd rather take the 10 because, again, you're giving this Villages offense, which is potent, too many opportunities. Especially, you could be up 2 scores right now. You had 3 points off the fumble earlier. You got to start putting that ball in the end zone because, again, the Villages offense is good.
Well, what I see just waiting to happen for this Villages offense is once they come to their senses and get back to running the football up the middle, you can clearly see where there's room for. I mean, I could foresee a 60, 70-yard touchdown run coming in this game. Now, you don't want to see that as a Tigers fan, but you've almost seen it happen 3 times here tonight.
Yeah. Dark side defense, though, once again, going to have an opportunity to try and come up big here. Again, they have gotten stops when they have needed them. Gonzalez puts this one in the air, and this one will be returnable for Amari Hill. Hill running to that far sideline, trying to elude defenders. He will not.
Nice tackle, and there's a flag.
Great kickoff coverage pending the flag.
And that's going to go against the Villages. And I'll tell you what, I give Adam or Ryan Schneider, Adam Franco, and DeMarcus Manyfield all the credit because how they have prepared this football team tonight for this game is outstanding game plan here tonight.
Yeah. No, they've done a fantastic job against this Villages team. And, again, the Cocoa Tigers, I feel like, do have the pressure. But the Buffaloes also, too, because this is an opportunity for them to make a statement.
Yep.
Given the fact that what this team's accomplished so far this season is the ball's backed up after the penalty, I believe all the way back to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, let's see if they get back to running the ball here. I would think so with the shadow of the goalpost on your quarterback's shoulder pads.
Kennedy once again in the shotgun. Back in the backfield, I believe, is Johnson.
And there's the Tigers eating it up.
Yep.
Great job up front. The interior.
That's Roberts.
Nice job by Coco there, Knock.
Again, leading the way, though, Tremaine Wells, Redmond Thompson, Mel Mitchell, Chris Patterson, all those guys up front, the big boys up front.
They got the size up there to match up with that big Villages offensive line. They just need to be meaner and nastier tonight.
I think that's Mitchell out there right now along with big man, Redmond Thompson. Second down and 10 to go. Kennedy looking to throw, looking deep, looking for Hill, and that one is incomplete.
My.
And a penalty flag flies in.
I don't like the call here at all. That's just good one-on-one coverage, and this young man's going to be penalized 15 yards for pass interference or a hold. And that, listen, you got to be able to define good coverage, and it was there. I just hope this isn't what I think it is. Yeah, I don't see it here, Knock. I just don't see it.
I'm seeing the replay. I don't see it either. I mean, that was good coverage. It was going out of bounds. I don't think the pass was really going to be catchable from that point either.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's another one of those high school rules. Like, there is no pocket to throw outside of for intentional.
Right.
There is no such thing as an uncatchable ball in high school football. You know what I mean?
Right.
If it's pass interference, then they have to throw the flag. There wasn't pass interference on that play. And for those of you watching from the Village, I'm not being a homer, I'm being fair. I'd say the same thing for them. Bottom line is that's a bad call.
Yeah, I agree with that one there. So the Villages will get the ball at the 23-yard line after the penalty. And that will get them out of their shadow of their own end zone as the tonight so far. I mean, to be honest with you, Alan, Coco's up 6-0, but there's been some mistakes tonight that have allowed for openings by both teams this evening.
Yeah, I think what we're witnessing is I think the Villages have come out and played tense. You know, you've seen them do something we don't normally see. We saw them turn the football over. We saw Kennedy take his eyes off a snap and the ball got away. So I think the Villages realizing what's at stake here tonight, knowing that they can go toe-to-toe with this Tiger team, have come out tense, Knock. And the Tigers have, to a degree, taken advantage of that, but not as much as they possibly could have.
Yeah, and again, you know, you look at the amount of drives, you know, holding penalties are drive killers. Sacks and holding penalties dwindle your numbers, be able to get in the end zone when it comes to drives, and that's also been a part for the Cocoa Tigers as we look down at first down and 10 from the 22. Kennedy throws it out to Corbin, and Corbin across the 30, makes two guys miss, goes back inside across the 40, and that's where he'll be stopped at the 40-yard line, but Cavante Corbin making guys miss.
Well, first of all, you can make guys miss when you got a 20-yard head start. There wasn't a Cocoa Tiger within 20 yards of him on that play.
17-yard gain and a first down for the Buffaloes as we look at first down and 10 from the Village's 40-yard line. Near side hash marks where the ball is spotted. 8:05 to go here in the second quarter. 6-0, the Tigers lead. Ball is juggled, and Kennedy's trying to find someone to give it to as bobble that one.
There you go, Knock. There's another perfect example of a mistake that the Villages have not made this year, being 8-0, but are making here tonight. And now it's, you know, they lose 3 yards and a down on that.
Yeah, that's right now. The second down and 13 after the 3-yard loss. Kennedy really didn't know where to go with that football, and it took him a little bit to really corral that thing.
Yep. He almost dropped it. We will be doing, I don't know what time, but at some point tonight I will try to get on and recap tonight in high school football. This is a long one.
Second down and 12. Ball's on the ground once again. Kennedy is able to corral it and trying to escape pressure, and he's sacked by a host of Cocoa Tigers. Leading the way, I believe, was Redman Thompson.
That's the third time tonight. This young man just something's amiss with him tonight, and the Tigers are doing a good job right now of making him pay for his mistakes.
They have lost 7 yards on 2 plays after they had a nice gain by Cavante Corbin for 17. They have lost 8 of those yards. It'll be third down and 16 now. Ball needs to get across midfield for a first down for the Villages.
Look, these kids come out here and they play with all their heart and soul, and they're playing for the love of the game. But it's also fair to point out in 2025 that when the lights are the brightest sometimes, the tension and the nerves can get to you.
Third down and a mile. Clean snap this time. Kenny, plenty of time, now steps up, throws, and that one is incomplete.
Nowhere
that was
close
intended for Jamarian Clark. Miscommunication there.
Nowhere close to his wide receiver on that one. And I tell you what, Kennedy on that entire series right now is going to have to go over and explain to his head coach what's amiss with him.
6 plays. They did get 2 first downs, 1 via penalty. And then right now we're looking at about the halfway mark here of the second quarter is we're going to see Wilson come back out to punt.
And this is where they've struggled as well. This young man has not punted the football well tonight.
Again, right now the Cocoa Tigers got one man sitting at about the 45. Then the man deep is about the 25. Wilson punts this one away.
Good
Better
one,
punt,
good one
better
on
punt
this one.
tonight. And we'll check up at about the 36-yard line. And that's where the Tigers offense will start as we're halfway through the second quarter. The Tigers lead 6-0.
Let's go 2 minutes of rockers to fire it up.
Welcome back. Here's Anthony Knockreiner.
6:06 to go here before halftime. Champ Smith and the Tigers offense with a 6-0 lead, trying to tack on more as Varys comes in motion. Smith looks to Hester, and Hester is able to almost slip by 2 guys, but be knocked out of bounds. And leading the way is Devontae Huff, knocking Hester out of bounds.
It's actually not a bad throw by Champ Smith because Ashton Hunt was right there in his face, and Smith had to adjust on the fly, and he had to throw it a little bit behind Hester, but if he didn't, it would have been picked or batted down.
As I say, and Ashton Hunt already has 2 interceptions on the season along with 8 sacks. 5:38 to go here in the second quarter. 6-0 the Tigers leading in this big district contest here. Champ Smith, 3-step drop, looking to throw. Goes over the middle of the field for Hester, and that one is incomplete. And a flag does come in.
That's another bad call. They're going to call pass interference, but I'm not sure this near side official understands what good coverage is because that's outstanding coverage over the top. Now, does he go over his back? Yeah, he does, but he doesn't do it prior to the pass, Knock.
No. As I say, Corbin with some really good coverage on that one, but to the Tigers' benefit is the Tigers will, with that penalty, will cross in to Buffalo territory and will be first down and 10 from the Buffalo 46.
Yeah, I don't like either of those calls. And both flags, I believe, came from the same official.
So first down and 10 is the chains move. Champ Smith hands off to Scott. Scott jumps, cuts to his left, still on his feet. Jump cut again and across to the 40. And gain of 6.
Javion Scott showing a lot of heart and grit here tonight with the football. We got a timeout because they just took the water. Oh, that's injury timeout. Villages just don't see. I mean, you look at their body language. Right now, they're just not into the tempo and flow of this game.
Well, it's been tough because anytime that they've gotten into any sort of tempo, a mistake has happened.
Yeah. Their hands are on their hips walking off the field. You kind of see their helmets down a little bit. And, it's going to be up to the coaching staff and Coach Pettis and company to change that at halftime because they cannot come out and do the same things they did here in the first half. Put the ball on the ground, incomplete passes, bad punts. They can't happen.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to say, too, here's the thing. I mean, this Cocoa Tigers team right now, obviously 2-4.
Right.
This isn't the strongest Tigers team that we've seen in recent memory. If you're the Villages, this is an opportunity to knock off the 3-time defending state champs. You don't get many opportunities to do that.
And you're not. And if you don't win this football game, you surely aren't going to stay the top team in the region.
No.
And you do not want to come back here and have to play a football game.
No, not at all.
Next month, in less than 4 weeks, maybe.
Second down now and about 3:54 to go here as the ball sits on the 40 near side hash mark. Chest high snap. Smith looking to throw, going deep. He's
Wide
got Hester, and he catches it for the touchdown.
What a throw.
Lays that one in the breadbasket.
Let me tell you something. Touchdown, Cocoa Tigers. C.J. Hester with a Willie Mays over-the-shoulder catch knock that is one of the hardest catches in any sport, and it's all coming back.
Oh, no. A hold wipes out a phenomenal play for the Cocoa Tigers.
Yep.
And again, you hate to see that because what an effort by Hester to run underneath that.
Hester was 20 yards shy of coverage. He must have dug a hole and tunneled past the defender because he never saw him.
So ball now after that sits on the 50.
Wow. Wow. Well, it's a confidence booster.
Second down and 14 after the penalty. Champ Smith looking to throw over the middle of the field. This one is going to be intercepted. And Devontae Huff is the one that intercepts it for the Villages and back-to-back plays.
Well, listen, this is time stamp this right here. You go from a touchdown to an interception.
Penalty flag on the back end of this, too.
Yeah, it's going to be probably excessive celebration or something. I mean, that cannot be pass interference. It's excessive celebration or whatever against. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be the Villages football. But time stamp this right here. You just had a 50-whatever yard touchdown pass there from Champ Smith to C.J. Hester, negated over a hold. And on the very next play, Smith just throws one across the middle into double coverage right into the chest of the Villages defender. And now, if you're the Villages, this is your shot right here to turn the tempo of this game. Turn the tide of this game.
Ball will be spotted after the penalty at the 20-yard line.
Rick, what's up, Rick Rivers? My man, Rick Rivers, one of the all-time greats from Cocoa watching.
First down and 10 as we'll see Kennedy. We'll see, I believe that might be Johnson in the backfield. It is as he gets the pitch to the outside. He's able to slip one defender and still on his feet and tackled after about a 7-yard gain, maybe 8 yards there on the sprint out.
Yeah, I would take the ball out of the quarterback's hand at the moment. And what I mean by that is I'm until I can sit down and let him relax and talk to him a little bit at halftime and settle him down, because he's obviously not. If this is the quarterback that they've had all year, they're not 8-0. So obviously something's amiss with him tonight. So I like the play call there on the quick pitch.
Second down and 2. Quick pass out to Jamarian Clark. Clark is able to get the first down yardage and knocked out of bounds. Looks like that is Guilford in on the stop.
Good safe play again there. Keep it simple. Keep it short. Put the ball in the hands of your playmakers in space and let them do the work here.
3:54 to go here in the second quarter. 6-0. Tigers leading in a big district contest. The Villages with a win tonight can win the district.
They beat Astronaut 35-0 last week.
First down and 10 from the 32. Kennedy, 3-step drop. Looking over the middle of the field for Corbin, and Corbin makes the catch.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, Guilford was right there, but Corbin comes away with it.
And Kennedy's back on that one right there, right? Because he threw a dart into double coverage right there between two Cocoa defenders, and Corbin with a beautiful catch. And now the Villages are on the move.
And that was a mid-air collision between Guilford and Corbin.
Yeah.
And what a way to concentrate and hold on to it, because he did hit the ground as he got up about 3 feet in the air.
One of the more difficult catches you'll see at any level.
First down and 10 from the Cocoa Tiger 41. Roberts is going to be wrapped up and taken back. Leading the way is Waters and Redman Thompson.
Let me tell you something. That entire right side of that Cocoa Tiger defensive line is eating Caden Russ, the 6'7", 230-pound left tackle, alive tonight. They're getting the better of the big man tonight.
Well, I was going to say, Jermaine Waters, a tough one, 21 tackles, 13 solo, 4 sacks on the season. 3 minutes as the clock continues to roll. We're going to see Cole Logan come in at running back now.
Oh, they're throwing the ball here. They ain't running it again.
Second down and about 14 now. Kennedy, quick throw to the out route. Catch is made as Corbin slips. He'll get some of that yardage back. He'll make it 3rd and 11 as he gets to the 42.
Never understood that play right there.
I was going to say, you create a 3rd and 11 now.
I think if you're the Cocoa Tigers right here, you got to play sticks. Play sticks here. Keep them. Force them to make a decision here with under 2 minutes or right at 2 minutes to play in the half.
Do you bring Brooks or Cooper? Because both those guys
yeah,
got sacks
I was going to say I'd even throw some pressure here and make him make a play.
Again, 3rd down 11. Ball needs to get to the 31 for a first down. Kennedy, quick throw over the middle of the field to his tight end,
and that's
Hunt.
what they did.
And the tight end's going to pick up the first down as he gets to about the 28.
We just said play sticks.
We did. Brady Hunt in on the catch.
Nice pitch and catch, though.
To say, just using that little hitch route right there.
This is a great drive here. A good answer drive in terms of, I mean, listen, this could be a 14-point swing here, Knock, because you take a touchdown off the board, then you pick it off, and if they can score here, this is huge.
Right now the Villages see first down and 10 from the 30. Kennedy steps up into the pocket, eluding pressure. Penalty flag comes in.
It's a hold.
That's likely going to be a hold and bringing it back.
Yeah, it's definitely coming back. It's going to be a hold here. I don't know what the referee's waiting for. Just trying to be cute here. There we go. Hold. Everybody in the house knows it's a hold.
Mm-hmm. Minute 34 seconds to go here before halftime. It's senior night and homecoming tonight for the Cocoa Tigers. And we got a timeout. Well, was it a water break or a timeout?
Yeah, no, water break happened. It's a timeout. 94 seconds to go here in the half, and there's going to be homecoming festivities coming up, so it's going to be an extended halftime. We're going to mute it. You're not going to be able to hear it, so you'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So
is that time of the year for high schools, homecoming across the board? Well, we've done 3 or 4 straight now with homecoming.
Yeah, we have. It seems like we're doing homecoming since the end of September.
Yeah, right. Yeah, last week of September.
Yeah.
Last 2 weeks maybe. I know Melbourne's had theirs last week. I think O'Galley's had the week before.
I'm seeing Rick Rivers here on the stream and comment. You look at this great run that this Tigers program has been on and some of the unbelievable things that they have done over the last near 2 decades. And as you watch a game like this tonight with the Tigers really clinging to a 6-0 lead, you just – man, it has been quite a run for this program. I'm not saying it's over. I'm just saying it's been quite a run.
Yeah, absolutely. As we look at 94 seconds to go before halftime, it'll be first down and 20 now for the Villages. Ball backed up to the 39. As we'll see Kennedy, 3-step drop again, stepping up. Pressure flies. His knee was down. I don't think you can call it incomplete.
This could be offsetting. They're going to call a hold, but they also smacked the quarterback in the face here, and I don't know if they got that. Let's see what this is going to be here. You can't hit the quarterback in the head at any level, so it's a hold against the Villages, and that's the only thing they got was the hold. So Cocoa got away with one there.
So the Villages having their own issues as, again, they were all the way to the Cocoa Tiger 28-yard line, and now they're all the way back to the
50.
I don't know where everybody was going. Yeah, so we're backing up to the 49. So
I tell you what, right now, both of these teams, with the way they're playing here tonight, short trips in November if they don't clean some things up for both of them.
very much so. First down and 2 bus loads here for the Villages. Again, ball needs to get to about the 19-yard line for a first down. They only have 1:26 to go before halftime. Kennedy, 3-step drop. Pressure coming once again, and it's Jermaine Waters with a sack yet again.
And the Cocoa Tigers' dark side defense is stepping up big time, and now Cocoa wants a timeout as it is second down, Knock. And literally, when you look at this, it is second down and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 40 yards to go. It's second and 40.
Wow. And the Villages had this one all the way to the Tigers' 28-yard line. And back-to-back holding penalties and now a big sack. I mean, I think if you're the Villages at this point, you might want to just try and run the clock out and just try and get to half here. Again, I don't know how many timeouts Cocoa has.
Well, right now they've got 2 issues they need to fix at halftime. And the first thing is the offensive line is not giving Kennedy any time. And the Cocoa Tigers front 7 is just owning the Village's offensive line at the moment. And the second thing is Kennedy himself. You don't see a whole lot of confidence out there right now. And, I mean, on this particular drive, I can understand why. I mean, he's had pressure in his face, but prior to this, he's got some issues he needs to fix as well.
Yeah, it'll be very curious to see what both squads do at halftime, what kind of adjustments they need to make. Because, again, you got to give both defenses credit. They've bended, but they don't break when they get into the red zone. Right now, again, second down and 40 as a handoff to Roberts, and this one's going to be Johnson, and it'll be yet another loss of a couple of yards.
And if you're Cocoa and you're that front 7, you got to feel really, really good about what you've done here in this first half. Pitching a shutout against a team that is averaging, 40 points a game?
45.
45 points a game, and you have absolutely shut the door on them in the first half here. 105, and Cocoa takes a timeout. That's another loss, and now it's 3rd and 45, Knock.
Yeah, I was going to say this has just been a sequence that the Buffalo just want to forget. Again, back-to-back holds, a sack, and now a 3-yard loss on a run. And right now, I think if you're the Villages, you want to just try and get to half and try and straighten some things out offensively here. But again, though, this is where, you kind of talked about it, Alan. If the Tigers aren't kicking field goals, they're up 14-0. And, you're not looking at such a tight window here for the Cocoa Tigers.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was the bottom banner from last night's game. Last night's middle school basketball game. Congratulations to Madison, the Mohawks, the girls team, as they won a championship last night. And how about Central? Central, who had lost, and Madison, too. Madison lost twice to Vieira this year and then faced them in the championship and beat them. And then Central had lost twice to Stone during the regular season and then beat them last night for a championship.
Well, Central won?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tried out for the basketball team. I wasn't very good.
Congratulations to Coach Ryan and Coach Wynn.
3rd down and a mile. Kenny throws it quickly out to Hill. Hill will get back to about the 48, and that will – I don't know if Coach Schneider has any more timeouts.
Yeah, well, I think you let this thing run all the way down. If he does, yep. Timeout. Cocoa will take their final timeout. But, yeah, it was good basketball last night. I always love middle school basketball, and I don't mean any disrespect to the varsity, but those middle school championship games draw more fans than I've ever seen in the 8 years, 9, 10 years, 11 years of broadcasting high school basketball here. I've never seen it. Y'all, the middle school, the gym's sold out. You can't, it's standing room only in these gyms for the middle school games. It's wild.
I can't remember what middle school we were at. It was like years ago. 2016. I can't remember which middle school we were at, but yeah, you're right though, because that place was absolutely jam-packed.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in Rockledge.
Yeah.
So we'll see Wilson back out to punt. He's been a busy guy here this evening.
He got off a good one last time. First two, not so much.
This one
That's
is
a beaut, Clark.
up and away, and this one will take a Villages bounce and
Nice punt.
down to the 10.
That is a punt.
Very much so. Wilson there with a great punt on that one. Pins the Tigers' offense back.
47 yards, man, and inside the 22 stats. If you're a special teams coach, you absolutely love to see. Tigers would fit. Listen, if you're Coco here, everything's got to be short underneath. You cannot try to cut anything loose down the field here, man.
No. Well, I was about to say, too, I think if you're Coco, just given the fact of the field position, I just don't know if you really try anything deep. I think you just maybe try and get out of the half. You get the ball to start the second half as well. So I think if you're – and that's what I think Coco's going to do here. It looks like they're going to take a knee.
Yeah, smart. That'll take us to the half knock, and I think I'm going to have to snap it one more time here. And I will say this about the first half of the Cocoa Tigers. Offensively, it is something to build on going in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
It is certainly better than we've seen in a lot of games this year. Defensively, that's the dark side defense.
Very much so. All the pressure that they've been able to get, I want to say it's at least been 3 or 4 sacks here this evening.
Yep.
So, no, absolutely. If you're a Cocoa Tiger fan, obviously you'd like a little bit more on the scoreboard.
Yep.
But you love what you're seeing.
All right, it's halftime. We'll be back in about 18 minutes here on Brevard Sports Network. All right, welcome back. 6-0 here as halftime winds down. Congratulations to the King and Queen. I forgot to write their names down. MCC looks like they're on their way to a district championship, 27-14 over Orlando Christian Prep right now. That's a game you can watch right here on Brevard Sports Network YouTube, and Space Coast 21, Vero Beach Masters Academy 7 at the moment. Vieira, as they should be, and my biggest fear for Vieira coming into tonight was this would be a trap game. Apparently not. Vieira 31 first half points. They lead it 31-7 over Seabreeze. Okeechobee 14-0 over Bayside. Cocoa Beach and Foundation Academy locked at 20. Merritt Island 17. Titusville 14, and that is a football game that Titusville is playing for their playoff lives. And so I made a discovery this week, and that discovery was that the number 7 spot in that region is the final spot, and a spot occupied by Titusville, because currently there is no District 7 team that occupies the top 8 spot in the region. So whoever wins that district championship will be thrust into the number 8 spot. And if Titusville loses anymore and they happen to be sitting in 8, they then become a 9, and they then will not make the playoffs, Knock.
Well, my question becomes just pure curiosity, because obviously we didn't have the Merritt Island O'Galley game last week. Say if Titusville pulls this one off tonight.
Right.
And then what happens with Merritt? If Merritt Island, say, to lose to O'Galley, are we looking at Merritt Island missing the playoffs?
No, that won't happen, simply because – let's say that would be 2 more losses. The worst Merritt Island could finish the season would be 6-4, right?
Okay.
So they'll get in. They'll be the 7th seed more than likely if Titusville can win this game tonight, and then Merritt Island falls to O'Galley. But it definitely would set up an interesting scenario. Titusville is certainly much more in a must-win position tonight because of losses like the one they had to Heritage, because of the loss. I can't remember the other team they lost to. O'Galley. They should have beat O'Galley.
Yeah. Yeah, they had that one, and then was it Spruce Creek too? They were up 14-0.
14-0 in that one, and so you're just too far along in the season for another loss to expect that, because you've played a tough strength of schedule, to help you. You fall to 3-5 with 2 games to go.
Yeah.
And you got issues.
Very much so. As do we have an update? Another one up for you. O'Galley 24, Palm Bay 6. So that 6-0 lead was a little bit short-lived. Yep. See if we can't get you a score on Mainland and Heritage.
Merritt Island Christian 40-0 over Eastland Christian. Satellite won last night. They beat Tradition Prep 41-6. So they bounced back from their tough loss last week at home against the Nassau Warriors, their first loss of the season. All right, let me fix the scoreboard here and get us to the third quarter as the Villages will kick off the Cocoa. And I don't think, Knock, there's a more important drive to start a half for the Cocoa Tigers football team all season than the one that we are about to witness, my friend.
Wouldn't disagree, because, again, you would love to put more points on the board. Again, this Cocoa defense has done a phenomenal job, but the Villages do have a ton of weapons to get the football around. Again, your defense has done a phenomenal job getting penalties and also getting pressure on Kennedy as well. But, again, for the Cocoa Tigers, they've got to put points on the board. They can't keep having them taking them off the board.
Nope, I agree 1,000% with you, my friend.
And that kick is back. And it looks like it's going to be a touchdown.
Okay, we should be good. Yep, all right.
So right now, ball comes out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where the Cocoa Tigers will kick things off.
See what adjustments the Village has made here, Knock, because I'm curious. I would have loved to have heard their halftime speech from Coach Pettis tonight.
Yeah, I mean, defensively they've done some nice things. 2 turnovers from their defense here this evening as we see the first handoff. That was going to go to Chappell. Chappell across the 20, and he'll be short of the 30. Probably about the 27, but a good gain of 7.
Well, I can see one adjustment already right out of the gate, Knock. The Villages sent the entire house on first down that time. The only person that wasn't blitzing was the safety.
And it looks like they're going to want to try and add pressure here because, again, Champ Smith has had time as Smith looks quickly to Hester, and Hester is going to be able to weave his way through some traffic, maybe gain a yard or two, but not much.
He's got enough for the first down, though, so that's key.
It's a little surprising. I kind of thought he got bottled up on that one, but either way, first down and 10 for the Tiger offense. See Tank White, Ferris, and Mull, the receivers at the top of your screen. Scott, the back in the backfield with Champ Smith. Gets the clap from Champ Smith, handoff or shovel pass to Scott. Scott's got green grass in front of him and is brought down across the 45 at the 47.
2 for 2 tonight on that shovel pass, Knock, and Smith really seems to have that thing. That's not an easy play to execute as a quarterback. It's a timing play. Your running back only gets one quick look, and if the ball's not there, that can turn in a bad way for an offense.
First down and 10. Champ Smith, 3-step drop going over the middle of the field. That one off the hands of C.J. Hester.
Little overthrown there. A little dangerous, too, across the middle. Senior night tonight, Knock. We'll read off some of the seniors here coming up between the third and fourth quarter for the Cocoa Tigers and what their plans are for the future. C.J. Hester, the guy that the ball was just intended for, heading to the University of Florida to play football.
11:09 to go here in the third quarter. Champ Smith coming to the near side, pointing to go deep for Hester, and Hester goes out of bounds, and that'll fall incomplete. Good coverage by Cavante Corbin.
Yeah, once the quarterback does this with his hand and signals downfield, that you throw it away.
Yeah.
Throw it away. That's called telegraphing.
Yeah, just go ahead and telegraph the defense what you're going to do.
Yeah, no, at that point, throw it away, son.
So third down and 10. Ball needs to get to the 43-yard line for a first down, and we got movement.
Got a false start. So that'll have to extend the playbook a little bit here in terms of what they're going to need to do.
So backed up to the Tiger 42. Still got to get to the Villages 43 for a first down. Smith, clean pocket, going deep with a rainbow. And we got a pass interference flag coming in from both back judges. Corbin and Hester tied up, and pretty clean pass interference call.
Yeah, that's 15 yards. That doesn't mean it depends. I mean, it should be a first down. I mean, because it's 3rd and 15, right?
You'd think so.
Well, it should be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Villages 43.
That ball be spotted at that 43 and will be enough for a first down. So the Villages bailing out the Cocoa Tiger offense, giving them a first down after that 3rd and 15.
Yeah, they sure did, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, again, you got them backed up. You're going to force Cocoa to punt. And here Cocoa with another opportunity, some life in this drive as the handoff to Scott goes left guard, and he'll be brought down to about the 41.
The only thing that scares me about that last play we saw is, again, it just appears on those long routes down the field that Champ Smith is just throwing the football up.
Yeah.
You know, and you kind of want to see more of a dart type angle on that thing, but that thing is soaring in the air like an X button. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He barely touched it, and that one's just going and hanging up in
Yeah, you got to be careful of that.
2nd down and 9. Play action. Smith rifles one inside.
Is that caught?
No, incomplete. And Devontae Huff in on the coverage.
Quick 3rd down coming up.
3rd down and 9. Ball still needs to get to the 33 for a first down. Love to see that hitch route once again potentially here, but pressure coming, it looks like, from the Village's defense.
Keep your eye on number 4, Cameron Varys, in the slot.
3rd and 9. Clap comes, chest high snap, clean pocket.
There he
Champ
is.
Smith looking for Maul, and Maul makes the catch at the 30.
It wasn't Varys, but it was Maul, and that's. Hey, listen, I like this young man. He's got a good frame. Jaden Maul as a wide receiver. He's tall, he's lean, he's got long arms, and right there a fluid catch across the middle for a Cocoa Tiger first down.
And
he can take a hit.
I was going to say, Maul gains a couple there. He gets to the 26-yard line.
I like the up-tempo of the offense. It tells me the Champ is comfortable, and they are comfortable throwing, and they are comfortable moving right along. Yeah, my wagon. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
So 2nd down and about 6 here for the Tigers. Handoff to Scott. Scott, the late handoff, making guys miss, and he stumbles. A little bit of the turf monster gets him as he gets to about the 12-yard line.
Great vision by Scott as he got through the first level right there, knock and cut back just enough to pick up the extra yards for the Tigers' first down. And here they are once again, knock back inside the Tails at the Parkery red zone, where they have struggled mightily this season and tonight.
Well, the big thing's going to be here is they got to keep it clean. No penalties here. Scott goes out into the motion and flats, and he's going to be wrapped up. No, makes a man miss, but brought down by Zephaniah Harris. And that might be a loss of 1, maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you want to see 6 here for sure, but 3 makes this a 2-score game. And the Villages right now can't do anything on the offensive side of the football, so as a Tiger fan right now, you take just points, period, right now.
Very much so. As again, though, you want to make this a 13-0 ball game, though. 9-0, still okay. You still has a 2-possession game, but you can't just give opportunities away. Champ Smith now rolling to his right, trying to find a receiver. He does, looking for Tank White. That one just too far out in front.
Well, he had Tank open coming across the back of the end zone there and just overthrew him. Nice job by White to break free of coverage, and he was open. Champ just missed him on that one in a critical 3rd down coming up for Cocoa. Now, they can pick up a first down and make it 1st and goal, but they need to get down inside the 4 to do that.
I was about to say they're looking at about a 3rd and 11 here, and the ball needs to get to we'll call it the 3-yard line here, 3 or 2-yard line for a first down.
Big
call
play.
it the 3. 3rd and 11, bunch formation, tight to the formation. That's going to be Maul, Smith, and Varys, the receivers at the bottom of your screen. Tank White all alone at the top.
Good spot for Varys.
Champ Smith looking left, goes to the middle of the field, caught,
Got
touchdown
it. Beautiful
for Tank
throw.
White.
That is the play that was designed on the last one. It was there. This time they cut it short to the left post, knock, and touchdown. Cocoa Tigers, big opening drive to start the second half, knock. Not only on the scoreboard, but look at that clock and how much time they took off.
Nearly 4 minutes on that one.
Tank White with a night.
Gonzalez already 2 for 2 tonight in field goals. He's made a 30 and a 39er. Got to feel like this is a chipper. Snap is good, hold is good, and plenty of distance, and that one is through. 13-0. The Tigers lead the Villages here on the Brevard Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to Richard Dick Blake Stadium. We're not. We'll recap the drive. The Tigers just put their first touchdown on the board since the O'Galley game.
Yeah. They have not put too many touchdowns on the board this evening, but a 14-play drive, capsulating about 4 minutes, 13-0, a 12-yard touchdown pass from Smith to Tank White. And what a drive. And you know what? If you're the Villages, you got to be sick there because you had the Tigers at 3rd and 15, and you bailed them out with a pass interference penalty as Corbin will be forced into the end zone. And the Villages, they have not had great field position this evening. They have not had any short fields. Credit to Gonzalez tonight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, though, go back to that end of the first half. They're on the Tiger 28-yard line.
Yeah.
Holding penalty, sack, 3rd and 45.
Yeah. Yeah, the Villages have nobody to blame but themselves tonight for the predicament that they are currently in with 20 minutes and 20 seconds to play in this football game.
And again, this is going to be a game where you got to, Jaden Kennedy's got to start getting the ball to his playmakers. And if I'm the Villages, I kind of want to I want to run the football a little bit more. But we see Antoine Johnson in the slot.
But that's not going to happen with 5 wide.
No. We're opening up with 5 wide here as the Villages Buffaloes will quickly throw this one out. And I believe that is to Corbin. Corbin makes a man miss across 25-30, across the 40. He's down the sideline, midfield, and tripped up at about the 40-yard line.
Well, there's one way to get it done, and the one thing the Tigers can ill afford to do is miss tackles. We saw one there, and it led to the biggest gain of the night by the Villages offense.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that was just a short pass. Give all the credit to Corbin on what he was able to do as he takes it to the Cocoa Tiger 35-yard line. And that's a 45-yard gain.
Great play call.
Yeah.
And listen, the defense was there to make the play. In a play like that, you've got to beat your man one-on-one, and that's exactly what Corbin did there, Knock.
Well, already tonight we've seen the Tigers with putting some points on the board offensively. We saw a big-time defensive first half. I'm starting to wonder now, after just seeing that play, with the offenses making adjustments, are we going to start seeing points lining up here at Richard Dick Blake Stadium as Antoine Johnson gets the handoff on the right tackle? He'll gain about a good 6 yards as he gets across the 33-yard line.
I like the fact that the Villages are still going to run the football here. Like you said, they came out 5 wide, and it paid off for them. They're going to pick up 5 yards here. And really, with 2nd and 5, the entire playbook opens back up for you again, and it puts the defense on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, 7:17 to go here in the third quarter. 13-0, the Tigers leading the Villages in this big district battle. And Jaden Kennedy right now, he's going to have Cole Logan in the backfield with him. Trips to the near side. That is Clark, Hill, and Brady Hunt. Kennedy looking to his left, quickly to his tight end, Brady Hunt. And that'll be enough for the first down as he continues to churn the legs. And he'll be brought down at the 20.
That's what you call 4 points of contact right there. Before he got hit, you see him take that second arm and cover that football up. There's your 4th point. No fumble, first down, great play. What a gritty player he is.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jaden Kennedy looking right at his way on that pass play. And we've seen Hunt make some big plays tonight for this offense. If I'm Kennedy, I might continue to look his way as right now Jamarian Clark guarded by C.J. Hester, and it's been a good battle this evening.
See what Manyfield does here if he blitzes and if Kennedy can pick it up.
Hand off to Johnson as he goes off the right guard. Continues to lower the shoulders and the boom as he gets to about the 12-yard line.
Great answer drive by the Villages here. They needed points, Knock, and while they don't have them yet, they certainly are well on their way, and they, too, are going up tempo.
Johnson in the backfield in the pistol. Corbin, the receiver, as he's going to catch that one in the flats. Goes to the near sideline, and a flag flies in. He'll be out of bounds at it looks like the 2-yard line.
Wonder what the flag is. Maybe a hold over
line.
there. See what the white hat. Yeah, he's facing. See what the flag's going to be. Holding against the Villages.
Oh, holding.
And that's a killer right there, Knock.
Well, again, it's just when you especially get in the red zone. Again, this is the best drive.
It's a terrible call, by the way. I just saw, because we're on a 30-second delay, I just saw the flag. No way that was a hold.
Ball gets backed up to the 15. And right now the Villages looking like they're trying to make some adjustments here.
And what he
personnel-wise.
did was, and you got, well, and listen, I'm not picking on the official. He had to throw that flag. He didn't hold him, but the arm came on the outside, and he let it loose immediately, but he didn't hold him.
2nd down and 5. Pitch out to Antoine Johnson. He goes to the corner. Good block from Brady Hunt. Should be enough, maybe.
They might be a little short. It might be 3rd and about a foot.
He's going to take it to the 11. And, yeah, 3rd and a yard. 4-down territory, I think, if you're the Villages. Right now.
There's no question. 3 points right now only makes it, still makes, no, you need 6 here. You've got to instill some confidence back in your offense. The touchdown.
3rd down and 1. Antoine Johnson in the pistol. Corbin, the man in motion. Kennedy trying to get the defense.
What are they doing?
To jump off as they check to a new play.
They better hurry. They're under 10 here.
Kennedy hands off to Johnson. Johnson's going to carry across the 10, and the ball came out.
What a play. The defense took it away. They just took it right from him, Knock.
Wow. And that's not the first time that's happened tonight as the turnovers go 2-2 now as the Cocoa Tigers end what was a promising drive for the Buffaloes.
Too much before the snap. You only need a foot. Snap the football and pick up the first down. It's 3rd down. You don't need them to jump off sides. I get you want the free 5. That's something you do on 4th and a foot. Great play by the Tigers' dark side defense.
I didn't catch who stripped that one out. But again, as you said, great job by the Cocoa Tiger defense. Again, 2 turnovers this evening, both fumbles. And the Tigers defense, just answers the call, and it keeps it a 13-0 game as the Villages will have to go out on defense. And right now, the ball sitting on the 3-yard line of the Cocoa Tigers. So, again,
turn around and give the ball to your big back and let him just get in there and then get your 4 downs. 1st and goal. I don't understand why you needed to take 44 of the 45 seconds before that.
Right. I don't disagree. Like I said, I feel like you just hand that one off, and especially the way you've been running the football with Johnson anyway.
Man.
But the Cocoa Tigers 1st down and 10, ball on their own 3-yard line. They're standing in their own shadow, end zone.
And I'm not excusing the fumble. He's got to hold on to the football.
Scott continuing to elude defenders. He's still on his feet. Could he go all the way? And he's brought down at the 40.
Run. Well, Javion Scott tonight has been a workhorse, and that is absolutely huge.
That's almost backbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, because right now the Cocoa Tigers offense looks like the Cocoa Tigers offense we're used to seeing.
Great run by Scott. We'll see Zay Chappell come into the ball game. But again, the Villages defense has the Tigers on their own 3, and they run it out to the 44. 1st down and 10 for the Tiger offense. Trips to the near side. Champ Smith hands off to Chappell, and a great job there. That was read well by Jeremiah Wimes, the outside backer.
5'10" senior came in and just blew it up, creating a loss on the play. But more importantly, the Tigers are taking time off of that clock.
See 2nd down and 12. Again, Chappell in the backfield with Smith. Smith, clean pocket, nothing but time. Throws a nice rainbow, and that one's picked off.
There it is again.
That one picked off by Blake Branham.
I mean, he's just got to stop doing that. I want to sit here and go, that's just, a rare bad throw. But we have seen that constantly all year from Champ, and he's got to stop doing that. It has cost the Tigers repeatedly, and it cost them again here in an opportunity, Anthony, to deliver a dagger.
This gives the Villages new life. And, again, you look at it here. You're on your own 3-yard line. Your defense gets a takeaway. You got to put points on the board, and now the Villages with 3 turnovers or 3 takeaways tonight defensively.
Both of these teams shooting themselves in the foot, and I got to tell you, man, yeah. I'm as stunned as anybody watching.
I was going to say, this is a big district contest here. Obviously, 2 good football teams.
Well, I got news for you. again, they play like this, both of these teams come November, and it's going to be a short trip through the month.
Kennedy will hand off, and that one's to Roberts. Roberts trying to bounce it to the outside. He'll gain a couple of yards as he turns it back upfield, and he's brought down there by Elias Wilson.
There's 3 big players in this game tonight for the Cocoa Tigers. It's Javion Scott, Tank White, and Keelan Gonzalez, the kicker. Those are your three. Those are your 3 big players tonight.
Well, and I would say Waters and Thompson.
Oh, defensively, defensively, yeah. They have the Tigers have been fantastic. That front 7 tonight has certainly lived up to the name Dark Side.
2nd down and 9 now for the Villages. Kennedy steps back, and he's sacked.
Intercepted
look at that. By Tremaine Wells, or was that Redmond Thompson?
Redmond
Thompson.
Thompson came up with it. The sack was from Wells, and the Cocoa Tigers defense has bailed out the offense, and it's going to be 1st and 10, or maybe, no, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15, Knock. What a play on the strip sack interception there.
A ton of credit goes to Jermaine Waters coming off the edge, making that classic Lawrence Taylor strip sack.
What a night for this kid.
Yeah, 3 sacks tonight, at least unofficially. 3 sacks tonight for Waters, I believe. But again, phenomenal job by the Dark Side defense here tonight, giving the Cocoa Tigers another yet opportunity to try and take this game and put a dagger in it for the Villages.
Right here, man. This is where the dagger has got to be delivered, because that defense, the way they're playing right now, they have really shaken the confidence of the Villages. Scott, look at Scott.
And Scott's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yes, indeed. First play following the turnover. Javion Scott with a Cocoa Tiger touchdown, Knock.
13-yard run by Scott, and you know what? To reward him on what's been an impressive and fantastic night for him. He's been such a dynamic for this offense and allowed him to really run the football, because that's been the best part of this Cocoa Tiger offense tonight.
I don't know. I throw another pass.
So now Keelan Gonzalez, 10 for 12 on PATs this season coming into the game. And he is good, 2 for 2. You can make that 12 for 14. And it's 20-0, the Cocoa Tigers leading the Villages here on the Brevard Sports Network.
Well, we've got 2:56 to play in the third and another 12 to go. And the Cocoa Tigers Dark Side defense leads the way tonight, pitching a shutout here. And, Knock, we were just talking about whether or not we've seen the last of the excitement here tonight, and we've seen strange things happen. The Villages aren't out of this, but there is a lot more sense of urgency in this offense now.
Well, the thing is, too, is this offense, though they average 45 points per game, they've got to stop making mistakes. That's been the issue. They have a golden opportunity, and then, unfortunately, they're strip sacked as we see Gonzalez kick this one away. This one's going to go out of bounds, so a mistake there by Gonzalez. And the Villages are going to start with some pretty good field position.
Well, the thing that I don't think we've talked about enough tonight is how great the Villages offensive line has been this year, but the Tigers front sevens own them tonight.
They have. I mean, again, but here's the thing, too, and I wonder. We've seen the Villages go straight to passing. We have not seen them lean too much on their run game here this evening. That drive previous, we did see it a couple of times, and obviously the short passing game that set up that drive. But again, here, I think now ultimately you're allowing this pass rush for the Cocoa Tigers because you're down 20. You got to throw the football.
Yeah, now if you're Cocoa, you just pin your ears back and go after Kennedy. And if you're Kennedy, you can't stand back in the pocket. You have got to get rid of the football. You don't have typical 4.5 second high school football time back there with the way the Tigers front seven are coming after him.
2:56 to go here. First down and 10 from the Cocoa Tigers 35-yard line. I'm sorry, from the Villages 35. Man in motion is Corbin. Kennedy looking to throw. And this one's going to be high, but caught by Omari Hill. He'll be stopped at about the 39. Gain of 4. O'Keefe's Battle was in on the stop along with Nate Atkins.
That's going to be number 10 for the Tigers. Jacobs.
No points here means no win. I just, with the way this defense is playing, Village has got to put points on the board here.
Yeah, they got to put something on the board here as we get across 2 minutes and 20 seconds here in the third quarter. Kennedy, quick throw. This one out to Corbin. Corbin makes a man miss, turns it upfield.
He's dynamic.
He is, as he gets to about the 47. I got to find more ways to get him the ball in space if I'm the Villages.
Yeah, maybe a jet sweep coming back this way, the wide side of the field. Is that him down?
That might be.
That would not be good news for them. I do not see him standing, so if that is him down with a cramp, more than likely. It's a humid night. It's cool, but humid.
Yeah,
I mean, that's weird, isn't it?
We got no wind as the flags not moving at all.
Yeah. So we're going to get 2:12 to go here.
Now, I'll tell you what, whatever's outside this press box right now smells delicious.
Oh, my goodness gracious. And that's what's got this screen looking smoke-filled, whatever they're barbecuing over there at the concession stands. Let me say this. Let me go back to Champ Smith if I could here for a second. Because, I mean, it may sound like, I'm picking on the young man. And, listen, I'm not. But I'm going to say this. He's a highly touted recruit. And as a highly touted recruit, he's shown some flashes here tonight. He has shown some flashes. He made some good throws to Tank White. He's got to clean up the ball down the field. If he can do that, then he can be the quarterback, the Cocoa Tigers. He can be that next guy. But he's got to clean that ball up down the field. But he's thrown darts underneath all night to Tank White.
But I think, though, for this quarterback, I think you have to stay within that. You have to be staying within the short passing, the intermediate passing game. I just don't think the deep ball's there yet.
No, it's not. He's just a junior.
First down and 10. Kennedy's trying to find some room to run, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Again, the pressure from the front four causing havoc for this Villages offense.
Yeah, they just can't stop them, and that's just a simple matter of their front four against their front five wanting it and being a little more nastier up front.
And right now, that's got to change if you're the Villages, because they've got to be able to start putting points on the board here as we got about a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. And, Jamarian Clark, their most dangerous weapon outside of Corbin, maybe a couple catches tonight, but they haven't looked his way as a pitch out. That one to Roberts, and Roberts now trying to go the other direction. And Battle almost knocks him out, but it'll be out of bounds and it'll lose the 3 yards.
There's something we haven't seen all season from the defense, and that is great pursuit and gang tackling by this Tiger defense. You saw it there. They forced the cutback. And to go back to your point about Clark, C.J. Hester has been glued to him tonight.
Yeah.
And there's the matchup right here that Knock is talking about at the bottom of your screen. Keep your eye on that. Clark owns the size advantage over Hester, but Hester's got the speed, so.
Well, I mean, Kennedy's just not really had a chance to even look his way.
No,
I mean,
he's
towards
not.
the middle of the field, you've looked for Brady Hunt, or you've looked for, it looks like Kevontae Corbin's back in the ball game. But, I mean, you're looking at 3rd down and 12 here. Ball does need to get to the Cocoa Tiger 42 for a first down. Kennedy looks quickly, and that was a miscommunication as that pass was intended for Omari Hill.
Now you've got to punt this football. You're still on the 1 minute, 12 second mark of the third quarter. They thought about going for that, but you can't go for 4th and 14 short of your own, in minus territory. You just can't do it.
Yeah, not down 20-0 here. Your defense has done some nice things. If this Villages defense has gotten some takeaways. They have been good, but when you give them short fields, it's tough to ask a defense to get a stop there.
What they need, a bad snap.
But Wilson's able to get it off. Takes a Buffalo's bounce as it'll go all the way inside the 20 to about the 18.
Good punt. Young man started the night rough, but has since recovered nicely with the foot here as we've got 1 minute and 1 second to play in the third quarter.
try and grab you some other scores. Last we heard, 17-14, Merritt Island was leading Titusville.
Let's check on that, see if the Terriers, who have led in 3 of their 4 losses in the fourth quarter, knock.
So right now,
Yeah.
24-21, Merritt Island leading.
Still up by 3. Both Merritt Island's got a great edge there with Liam Miller, their kicker. That kid is one of the best athletes in Brevard County. Batted .460 playing baseball as a catcher this year, and he's a hell of a soccer player.
Gotta love the 3-sport athletes.
Especially one who stands out in all 3.
First down and 10.
.460.
First down and 10 for the Tigers. Smith throws it out to Scott. Scott stops and gets restarted, but then ultimately stopped by the Village's defense. Devontae Huff in on the stop along with Cole Logan and Zephaniah Harris.
Yeah, not a big fan of that play call at all if that's where the ball's going to end up there. Because you don't want to force your running back to have to go down to his shoe tops to get the ball. Because as soon as he corrals it, if he gets hit and fumbles it, it's not an incomplete pass. It's a fumble.
And the Village's defense trying to create a short field here for their offense. Try and get back in this one. 30 seconds to go here before the end of the third quarter. Likely last play here before the third quarter. Second down and 9. Smith, clean pocket, looks to throw, and that one Scott was not expecting.
I don't understand the play calls. You had Javion Scott that you had backed up on inside the 10, and you handed the football off to him, and he literally ran you out to the 45-yard line. And on first and second down here, you have thrown the football and stopped the clock.
And they've tried to get it to Scott on both occasions, but that time Scott wasn't expecting that, as we'll see a tight bunches formation, and we
got 5 wide receivers here on 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and if the ball falls incomplete, you're going to punt this one away before the end of the third quarter. Champ Smith all alone, 5 wide receivers. Clean pocket right now, plenty of time. Champ Smith looking to throw. We got to get rid of it, and it'll fall incomplete with 12 ticks left here in the third quarter.
So that's 3 straight passes. Well, interesting.
50 seconds.
There's a reason I'm in the booth. I'm not a coach, and there's got to be a reason for that. And I'm not. If I were, I don't think that's the route I would have taken there. But Ryan Snyder's won 3 straight championships. He's been to 4 in a row. It is not for me to question him. But I wouldn't have done that.
As we'll see, Ramirez punt this one away, and the Villages will get good field position at midfield. Best starting field position of the night.
Yeah, I definitely just think I would have maybe at least worked in one run there to at least get us to the fourth quarter, but that's where we're going.
Well, the
right
delayed
now.
handoff has been money for the Cocoa Tigers.
Yeah.
As fourth quarter, 20-0 now. The Cocoa Tigers leading the Villages. We go to the final frame here on the Brevard Sports Network.
All right, welcome back here to Richard Dick Blake Stadium. Final 12 minutes of a game that the Tigers defense has dominated here tonight. Of the 4 units, meaning the Village's offense and defense and the Tigers' offense and defense, you're going to come away with this one, if this is how it ends, giving a lot of the credit for this victory to that dark side defense, Knock.
No, absolutely. They created a bunch of turnovers, sacks. They've really done a nice job tonight keeping this Village's offense, which, again, ladies and gentlemen, 45 points per game. You look at their last 3 games. If you look at all season, the Villages hasn't scored under 30 points all year long. Yeah, any game at all this year. And you're holding them to 0 right now.
And they don't have a point here tonight thus far. So great job by the dark side here.
And I think if you're the Villages, you got to try and score quickly here. And that obviously plays into the fact that they haven't really been able to throw the football very well.
I want to say hello to Seth Gibson, owner of Gamers R Us. You've seen their bottom banner at the top of the scoreboard all night long tonight. Can't thank Seth Gibson enough for his support of Brevard Sports Network and Cocoa Tiger Athletics.
First down and 10, and we are going to see a penalty flag fly on the
start.
Villages.
So that's going to back them up, and the mistakes continue for this Villages offense. You know, you're the Villages coming at 8-0, and you can say, well, you know, lose one now, and, you know, that way we're ready for the playoffs. No, because chances are you're going to have to come back to Richard Dick Blake Stadium. You lose this football. This is a 4-5 matchup.
Yeah. As you look at first down and 15 for the Villages, Corbin goes out in motion. Kennedy looking to throw. That one's
Behind him.
Behind Clark, and they're trying to work that way. I thought for a second Kennedy might hold on to that one and look for Corbin, who was just screaming down the sideline on the wheel route.
Well, right now, you can credit that throw to the Tigers' defense because he hurried it and threw it behind him.
Yeah, again, Jamarion Clark, a couple catches tonight, but held in check for the most part, as Kennedy right now trying to get into a rhythm here, but this dark side defensive line has put a ton of pressure on him. Second down and 15. Quick throw. This one caught to Omari Hill, and he'll be brought down at about the 46-yard line.
I would say anything in the plus side of the field here, which is where the Villages are now, puts you in a 4-down situation. So third down here, you got 2 downs to make this up. I would think, being down 3 scores here in the fourth quarter.
Third down and 6. And again, you look at what the Cocoa Tigers did on their previous drive, essentially only taking off 50 seconds with 3 passes. And we will see trips to the far side. Omari Hill, the lone receiver, to the near sideline. Third down and 6. Ball needs to get to the 40 for a first down. Pressure coming. Kennedy looking deep for Hill. And a penalty flag flies.
He held him. He held him.
That was a pass interference.
Yeah, he held him. Look, I think we've been fair tonight to both teams in calling a game, and that he certainly held him up there.
Let's say that's either a hold if it's not pass interference.
Yeah. I want to thank once again Tails at the Barkery, our third quarter sponsor, as we now shift gears and our focus to our fourth quarter sponsor tonight, which is Technique. Actually, we're going to go Uberzati tonight. Uberzati for our fourth quarter sponsor. 15 yards, so the Tigers bail them out here with 11:08 to play.
So right now we're looking for a football, and I think we got one.
Yeah.
Nope, never mind. The ref's coming back for it.
Okay.
Ball's on the 31-yard line of the Cocoa Tigers after the pass interference call.
Here is where the Villages have absolutely, and I mean blown their foot off tonight. Not shot themselves in the foot, but blown it off.
We'll see Brady Hunt come in motion. Going to be a handoff to Roberts. Roberts met at the line of scrimmage, and leading the way was Kyrie Brooks, the linebacker, the team-leading tackler. This season comes into the night with 53 tackles and 37 solo.
The one adjustment you saw there was the H-back Brady Hunt leaned into that. Almost kind of looked like a tush-push type of a formation, not with the quarterback under center, but the way Hunt leaned into the line, and the Tigers' front four still shut it down, Knock.
Yeah, only a gain of about a yard as they take it to about the 30. As we see, the Villages come up to second down and 9. Trips formation the far side. Omari Hill at the bottom of your screen. Kennedy looking left. Throws it to the outside to Corbin, and Corbin will be knocked out of bounds. Close to first down yardage. Looks like he'll be inside the 15. We'll call it inside the 25. He'll be at the 23.
Good play there. Quick, short, out of bounds, stops the clock. The 3rd and 3 again, an obvious 4-down situation. So you don't have to get greedy here. Still plenty of time in this one.
10:22 to go here. Again, the Villages need 3 possessions here to try and get in the lead. Third down and short.
Nice play.
Jamarian Clark makes the catch. He'll
Oh,
be short.
what a play by the Cocoa secondary.
I think that was C.J. Hester in on the stop.
That was Hester, the Florida commit that just came up, and now, Knock, it should be 4th and short.
Yeah.
And they absolutely destroyed the pass catcher there. And we're going to get an injury timeout on the field here.
Cocoa Tigers defense, though, again, making the Villages earn it. There have been, the Villages have had a couple of big plays, but again, bailed out by, or not bailed out, but pass interference call by the Cocoa Tigers, bailing the Villages out on 3rd down. But now 4th down and short here. Again, I think this is the ball game, Alan. Again, obviously, hopefully the player's okay, but this 4th down and short could be the ball game.
Yeah, they don't pick this up or score here, and I don't mean a field goal. They need a touchdown. Then the Tigers would then put themselves in a position to win the district championship next week.
And in what you've seen from these playoff rankings, and I know it's a fickle system, but if the Villages are the number 1 team in the Cocoa Tigers,
they'll fall to 4.
Well, how far will Cocoa go?
Cocoa will go. Cocoa won't pass Bradford. Cocoa could jump up to a 3 if they're. If it's really out of control with 2, okay, I don't see a 2, but I'd say 3. They go to Astronaut next week and win. Cocoa won't be a 1 seed in this region just simply because they won't.
Right.
Bradford will take that, but they will be a 2, and being a 2 means they can play 2 games here at Dick Blake Stadium,
which is huge because, and the funny part is too, if the Tigers hold on, this will be the first victory at home this season.
Yeah. And it's pretty likely that either Astronaut or the Villages will be back here around 1 of the playoffs on the 14th of November.
Clock continues to run. 9:53 to go here in the 4th quarter. Tigers with the big lead with the Villages face 4th down and short. Direct handoff. I believe that is Corbin, and we'll see if he gets it.
They're going to mark him short. They're going to bring the sticks out for this. We may try the new laser thing here that they've installed. Let's go to that, Knock, and see like the NFL has the new laser focused. Here, let me pull that up on the screen here. Let me get the laser thing ready to go. Oh man, I blew it, Knock. No, I'm just kidding. There you go.
And it's 1st down, Cocoa Tigers.
How about the defense? 3rd and 3, and they stop them, and that was probably the ball game, Knock, for Cocoa. The defense has sealed the night.
About to say the Cocoa Tigers defense deserves the credit, deserves the win. I mean, if this was baseball and you're giving away wins here, the defense definitely earned it tonight.
Yes, they did. Unbelievable. Nice job by the Tigers tonight.
Cocoa,
the defense did a great job here.
Now, I think for the Cocoa Tigers offense, you just got to run the football here. If you want to throw it short on some screens, wide receiver screens, things like that. But I think you lean on Scott and you lean on Chappell at this point.
Yeah, I don't think you throw the ball at all.
9:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. Handoff goes to Scott. Scott across the 30, turns it upfield, runs into his own man, still on his feet, and it'll be brought down at the 45.
Yeah, I mean, why would you throw it?
Not with that kind of production. 23-yard gain by Javion Scott.
Great play by the young man, and there you go, as the Cocoa Tigers. That run right there could be the actual dagger, Knock, because Cocoa, let's say they don't gain another yard, they'll flip the field, and it's just too much.
Again, the Cocoa Tigers not winning the turnover battle tonight. The Villages, they have 3 takeaways, but the takeaways that the Cocoa Tigers did get were at the right moment as Scott gets the handoff again, bursts through the line, and at the 44-yard line.
I tell you, you want to talk about taking an offense, putting it on your shoulders, and carrying it. Javion Scott has done that.
But I think that's what this Cocoa Tigers offense has to be this year.
Yeah.
Line up, take those guys.
It's a hard
going
pill
forward.
to swallow for a team that averages 260 yards and 2 passing touchdowns a game through the air over the last 8 years. And you're right, but this is what they need to be.
Exactly. 8:40 to go now here in the fourth quarter as the Tigers continue to drive. 2 plays, 2 first downs.
And how about some credit for the Tigers' offensive line, too?
Very much so. Chest
Nice
high
pull.
snap, quick throw out to Varys. Varys across the 40 and out of bounds inside the 40, possibly to the 38-yard line.
Nice play by Varys.
Gain of 6. Again, a ton of credit to this Cocoa Tigers team. Again, you know, a lot of people like the Villages here this evening to come away with a W, but the Cocoa Tigers, again, doing some nice things defensively. Probably
Yeah.
the best part of the whole evening.
Yeah, please no throw.
I believe that's Chappell in the backfield. No, that is Chappell. Chappell in the backfield. His ankles will be grabbed there, and the tackle made by Jeremiah Wimes. And he'll take it to the 35. Gain of 3.
And it's 3rd and short. The Tigers pick up another first down here, and they just continue to roll off on, and that's essentially another minute 50 off the clock with 4 more downs here.
So far already tonight, so far here this last few minutes, Cocoa Tigers have taken up 2 minutes on this drive alone.
Kudos to DeMarcus Manyfield, too, tonight, the defensive coordinator, for getting this unit ready.
Chappell goes off right tackle.
Get
and
out there, young man. He had it.
He's going to be stopped, and he's going to be stopped there by Brady Hunt.
Where's their forward progress? Because I know they're not going to let that young man lose to 8 yards on the play. So it's going to be 4th down at about 3. I think I'd actually punt this football, Knock.
You do have Ramirez, and Ramirez has been really good, 29.5 average. He does have a punt inside the 20, but the offense is going to stay out on the field.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's
4th
not
down
gonna,
and 4.
That doesn't hurt either.
Do you just try and draw them off sides, let the clock roll, and then just let the delay of game penalty happen to back you up 5?
Yeah, maybe.
Nope, they're going to call for a play. Smith looking to Varys. Varys going to be wrapped up. No, and he's still going to elude tacklers. He's going to pick up the first
How
down
about
yardage.
it? The young Varys with an outstanding play. He was stopped well short of a first down, and it wasn't the speed by Varys on that one. It was the heart and the grit, and Varys picks up the first down.
And another backbreaker on the Villages as we look at 6.5 to go. Varys in motion. Handoff is going to go to Chappell, and he's going to get Scott. Going to get wrapped up quickly. Leading the way was Robert Sullivan. But again, as you mentioned, Alan, Varys just absolutely dead to rights. His heart and grit gets him that first down.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. And you know what? That is, I don't care what people are saying about this Cocoa Tiger team this year or this coaching staff. That right there alone proves how much they are still a team fighting like this.
Jam Smith back to throw. And he's going to throw a rainbow, and that one is incomplete. As that was intended for, I believe that was Varys that was intended for.
I think he hit the X and the Y button on that one. That thing hung up there a long time. And amazingly, Varys still had a chance to catch that. I mean, I don't know what the DBs were doing there. If they turn their head, they pick it off.
Yeah. So 3rd down and a mile here. And again, if I'm the Tigers, I just run this football. Get the clock rolling here. Let Gonzalez try and kick a long field goal again. Yeah, decent range.
Yeah, why not? He's earned that opportunity.
And Smith will go back to throw.
Oh, boy.
And he's going to just go ahead and run it, tuck it, and he'll get to the 28-yard line.
I got to admit, he made me a little nervous there when he was doing his hand pointing downfield.
So they'll bring up 4th down and long. And again, I think you got to let Gonzalez kick this one, but it doesn't look like he's going to go out there. 4th down and 8.
5:18 to go here, Knock. And, well, if you're the Villages, from this point on, you're obviously not going to win a district championship. You hope Astronaut beats Cocoa next week, but listen, the Villages put one on Astronaut last week. Astronaut's a growing football team, but they're not at Cocoa yet, okay? So the Tigers are going to go into that game next week as a heavy favorite and likely will win the district. And I don't mean any disrespect to Astronaut. It is what it is. I mean, that's our job to call it as we see it. So the Tigers win a district championship, coming as the 2-3 seed. The Villages probably fall to a 4-5. The Villages can still host if they don't slip below a 4, and as long as they're not paired with a higher seeded or with a 5 seed that's a district champ. So a lot outside of winning a district championship can still be accomplished for the Villages. This is not the best region in terms, if you look at all of 2A, this certainly isn't the best region in 2A, too. Bradford's a good football team, but Cocoa beat them in the Kickoff Classic.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, you're looking at it because I just don't know if there's anybody right now, like Cardinal Mooney.
Yeah, well, listen, Cardinal Mooney's a great team. That's who Cocoa played in the Final Four last year, and they returned a lot of their players that they had against Brady Hart and Javen Boggs. I mean, remember, Javen Boggs went off for a state record 250 yards in that game last year. So Cardinal Mooney, and there's one other team, I can't remember them here in 2A, and I apologize, slips my memory. I'm getting old, but this region is still very much up for grabs is what I'm trying to say for the Villages.
4th down and 9. Smith throws.
Nice.
And that one's,
did he get it?
I don't
yes,
think
he did. No, he says no.
I'd say that one was just he ran out of real estate.
See, and that's what Champ Smith can deliver you right there. That's a great ball by him. On a dart, on a line, put it where only his receiver can get it. The hitches, the throws across the middle, the sideline routes, he can throw those things. Stay away from the rainbows down the field, and this kid is gold.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're absolutely right, because what he's been able to do on the short and intermediate, he's been very good tonight. It's the long ball that gets him in trouble.
Yes, it is. It's like the closer that can throw 102 miles an hour. Sometimes that 102 mile an hour fastball is nice, but sometimes you don't know where it's going. Speaking of, what happened to your Brewers, man?
Well,
they made me mad.
Dude, Otani already hit one for a dinger already tonight.
Oh, jeez.
And so there goes Corbin. And Corbin making a catch for a couple there. And
I'm not going to mention that they cost me any money on like Hard Rock or anything, because that would be not very cool here on a high school broadcast, because I would never do that.
No.
But
I'll tell you what, though, I did think the Brewers, I honestly think had we been able to win Game 1, I think we would have been all right. But, just that Dodger lineup is tough. Yeah. So is that pitching staff. Roberts the man in motion. Kennedy bailing out of the pocket, having a look throw.
Oh, look at this.
Going across the middle of the field, looking for Corbin, and that one is incomplete.
I was going to say, I hope he didn't throw a flag on that. That's just great coverage down the field.
And I think that was Guilford that was in on the coverage on that one.
The troll, they call him. He wears that big blue troll on his head.
Yep.
And Durant Guilford last year in the state championship game had one of the more memorable interceptions in Cocoa Tiger history. Now, a lot of people would say, really? I don't remember it. Well, as they came out in that state championship game last year on the opening drive of the game, Guilford picked them off right away, and it's Gadsden gets Gadsden County, and it set the tone for the rest of the football game. And Cocoa would go on to win their third straight state championship.
3rd down and about 6. Kennedy quickly throws to Brady Hunt, his safety valve.
I like this kid. Hunt.
He'll get to about the 40. Should be enough for a first down. Yeah, Hunt has been his safety blanket tonight.
Yep. I don't think they went to Hunt enough tonight.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think you probably wanted to try and test the waters in the middle of this defense because they've had success with that with Hunt tonight. But at the same time, again, we talked about it. The pass rush for this defense tonight has just been in the backfield and not allowed Kennedy to really have time to throw the football.
I tell you what, I definitely like the direction of the defense. for the Tigers. And
pitch out to
good
Roberts,
things.
and Roberts has run out of real estate, and he's just going to walk it out of bounds as he's got nowhere to go.
3:24, and the Tigers are going to pick this win up, and they'll move to what are they? 2 and 4. They'll move to 3 and 4.
Yep.
They'll move to 3 and 4, and they've got Astronaut, and then the Barbecue Bowl against Rockledge.
And for the Villages, they go on the bye next week, and then they got Mount Dora to finish up the season. And then, like you mentioned, Alan, at Astronaut next week, and then at Rockledge for the Barbecue Bowl. And then here's my question: Do you play that rescheduled game versus Apopka?
Not if you win this one. I don't put my team in any danger, because if you win next week against Astronaut and then you beat Rockledge, I don't play the game against Apopka.
Kennedy, again, looking to throw, bails out of the pocket, just throws it down.
Yeah, that should be a flag.
And that's going to be intentional grounding.
Yep, that's the second one tonight. Yeah, I don't see any reason that game is scheduled for Monday, November the 3rd. And ironically enough, Knock, it would be the second straight year that the game against Apopka would be weathered out. Last year it was a hurricane that did that. They didn't make it up. I don't think if the Tigers win this game, they need to play, and then, of course, beat Astronaut.
Well, my question is, what does Apopka need?
Apopka's 1 and 5. I think they just want to get out of this season.
Yeah, true.
You know, Apopka lost 26 transfers during the offseason. They had a new head coach. I think Apopka's looking to just get to the finish line and reset. Because the Blue Darters, I mean, that's not the Blue Darters I know.
Right.
You know, that's a powerhouse program of the past. And, yeah, this year was a different story. And, of course, the transfers and the coaching change. Oh, look at this.
Corbin with a nice catch. And nice throw by Kennedy, and that'll bring up.
That'll stop the clock. No, will it?
No,
No. That's okay.
I was gonna say
Fourth down coming up here, and yeah, they're just going to punt the football away. They're not going to give the Tigers the football at the 30-yard line, especially with Ryan Snyder and Champ Smith still chucking it around the gridiron.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw a pass play.
Yeah.
Again, we'll see Wilson back deep to punt this one away. He's had some good punts. Another good one here. This one's going to take a Buffalo. No, it's going to take a Tiger bounce, chuck up, and then go to the 43-yard line. That's where Coco will start it.
I think even with the injuries that Champ Smith has experienced this season, I don't even know that I send him back out. I may put my second string in, or at least my second string backfield in now. Keep my quarterback healthy, because obviously the Tigers are, you know, how many picks does he have tonight? 2?
Yeah.
So Champ's got 4 interceptions and 10, or Champ's got 4 touchdowns and now 10 interceptions on the season. But you've seen his ability to move the offense and where he's most successful. He's got to be your quarterback going into November.
He does. As right now he does go back out onto the field as well with 2:28 to go. But if you're Coco, you just hand this football off.
Yeah, that's it.
And they do is they give it off to Scott. Scott does a nice job once again, just making guys miss, being shifty, being agile as he gets it to about the 48.
Coco is Javion Scott is well over 100 tonight, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to be.
So on offense, Javion Scott is obviously our player of the game tonight. And Knock on defense. How many sacks did
Waters?
Yeah, Jermaine Waters have?
I think I had him at 3, at least 2.5, 3 sacks this evening.
And the pressure he put on their rushing attack all night long was incredible.
Handoff once again, and this one goes to, I believe that is Scott again.
Yeah, that's a horse collar.
And a penalty flag flies.
It'll be 15 yards against the Villages. That was a horse collar. Mr. Hadley. 136. Final thoughts on this one, Knock. And let me just say this real quick before we get out of here. I want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. I know you have choices for your Friday evenings and your entertainment. You even have choices. There's another network here tonight broadcasting this. So I appreciate all of you making this your spot to watch the Cocoa Tigers in the Villages tonight. And if you're watching from the Villages, I hope we weren't too much of homers tonight. And,
I thought we called it.
I thought we did okay. I thought we did okay. I gotta give the Cocoa Tigers every once in a while. I've done it for 10 years. I can't change it. But Villages, good football team. Don't
be surprised if we see him again.
And we could see him again. And
but I think for me though, Alan, I just think the Villages' third play of the game, they fumble the football and give a short field to the Cocoa Tigers, and it just feels like from then on, they were kind of helter-skelter. They had their moments, but then it just didn't work.
Yep, no. And Kennedy tonight just never settled into this game, their quarterback. He's an outstanding player, but he just never settled in tonight. And that's your leader. I don't care what anybody says. Your quarterback is your leader. You can have great running backs, great wide receivers, but everybody's going to take a breath from the quarterback. You see it from the NFL down to youth, right?
Very much so. And so as we see third down and about 4 here, pick up a first down and likely the victory formation. Again, just a simple handoff to Javion Scott, and we'll get out of here as we get Robert Sullivan jumping off sides for the Villages. And that should be enough for a first down, and we will see the victory formation.
Dusty Stevens says, see you in a few weeks. Yes, sir. That we will, and should be a good one. Should be a good one then.
Do got a score update for you as we got Merritt Island 31, Titusville 28.
Yeah, so still a 3-point game, man.
Definitely should have taken the over on the points.
Yeah. I'm shocked at Titusville putting up 28.
As Javion Scott bursts through the line, and he'll get dragged down to 21.
Kid. Boom. That's the final nail, right? I mean, yes, that was delivered a while ago, but Javion Scott with an exclamation point knock. And my goodness, it is great to see him back in that Tiger backfield.
He absolutely does. Been a missing piece for them as they throw this football to Jamal Smith, and he'll get it to about the 15.
Are they trying to score again here? Why? Okay. All right, I guess. And I'm sure if they do, the Villages will hope to come back here in a few weeks.
Yeah, pretty much. Because again, I would just you get the victory formation here. I don't think the Villages have any timeouts left. Varys with the fake, and then it's going to be Scott who gets the handoff, comes to the near sideline, stays in bounds, and brought down inside the 5 to about the 2.
50 seconds to go, and they're going to line up. And let's see if they decide to run one more play here. And no, they point down. They will. And the coaches were pointing down. They want victory. I think they want victory formation. I don't know. I guess.
Scott with the handoff, and
that'll definitely do it.
He'll be short of the goal line. He'll be at the 1.
As the Tigers line up, big win for Cocoa, big win for Coach Ryan Schneider, as they will have an opportunity to win the district championship next week. The Cocoa Tigers, for those that don't know, 18 straight years to the Final Four or better. Incredible. Final play of the game right here, and it will back them up 5 yards. 17 seconds remain. Do we have a timeout on the field?
I didn't see who called it. Did not see who called that timeout. But ultimately, though, I think, Alan, 20-0 here. Again, a game against Astronaut, the game against Rockledge. Again, two good teams. I don't want to say good teams in terms of records, but teams that will challenge this Cocoa Tiger team.
Yeah, listen, I think Rockledge will, and people can laugh at that, but I think they will. I think the Raiders, listen, there are two programs in this county that have played tougher schedules than O'Galley and Cocoa. One of them is Rockledge. They have gone up against 3 or 4 top 25 teams in the state this year. No, they've been blown out in every one of them. Look at what Rockledge has done in district play. Now, I don't know what they've done tonight against Pine Ridge, but they were 2-0 in district play and outscored those opponents 89-7. And it looks like Cocoa called the timeout and wants to run one more play.
Hand off to Scott. Scott's going to try and bounce it, and he does. Touchdown for the Cocoa Tigers. So a nice feather in the cap for Javion Scott. I believe that is his
Second.
tonight, yeah. Had a 13-yard touchdown run earlier in the ball game.
That'll make it 26-0, and Keelan Gonzalez is money from here, so 27-0. Tigers came into this football game with a negative point differential.
Yeah.
So you never like to see that. Maybe that was the reason they wanted to score that final touchdown. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, you look at it, though, tough ones there. Again, they got nearly shut out by by Miami Norland. That one was 28-6. They put 27 points here tonight as the extra point's good. But again, if you're a Tiger fan, you also love what you saw from this offense in terms of what they were able to do running the football.
Yeah,
Got to lean on Scott.
But I'm going to pose a question before we get off the air. Knowing the propensity for this offense to throw the football, as much as they love to throw the football, is this something they will build on, or was this just a one-time thing moving forward? I hope it's something that they build on.
I hope it's something that they build on because, again, you have to change with the personnel that you have, and I just don't think that Champ Smith's the quarterback that you can throw it 50 times and chuck it all over the yard.
Yeah.
You got to run the football. You got to pick the spots in which Champ Smith throws the football.
Well.
Exactly. And, short, intermediate, and those types of things, but you got to use the run to set it up, and I think that's going to be the key ingredient for the Tigers to be successful offensively going forward.
I'd be interested to see the last time the Cocoa Tigers had.
Ooh, Corbin just broke one. Is he still on his feet? Gonzalez, the man to beat at the 40, the 30, the 20, 10-5. Touchdown for the Villages.
So it looks like that last touchdown has cost the defense or cost the Tigers a shutout tonight.
Yep.
So, I mean, there you go. And that's the end of the football game.
Will they force him to kick the extra point?
Yeah, I think so. I think they get an opportunity to kick it. So it's like what's good for the goose is good for the gander there, right?
Yeah.
You want to score a touchdown with 3 seconds to go up 20-0? Watch this. Goodbye, shutout.
Yep, Kevontae Corbin with a kick return for a touchdown. Got it around his own 5. Either somewhere between the 10 and the 15, I'm sorry. Somewhere between 10 and 15, and he took it the rest of the distance.
That's wild that happen. I feel bad for the defense because people are going to look at that and say, it's not a shutout, but that defense pitched a shutout tonight.
They did. They did. And that's not even on them as the special teams gave it up there. But point after attempt here coming from Boozer. Keenan Boozer, the kicker for the Villages.
So our players of the game tonight is obviously Javion Scott on the offense, and who was our defensive?
Jermaine
Waters. And, of course, I'm going to give a nod to Keelan Gonzalez as well, Knock.
Absolutely.
I thought his kicking off and his 2 field goals were big in allowing the Tigers offense to feel confidence in putting points on the board with drives they didn't score touchdowns on.
Very much so. And, again, Keelan Gonzalez, a weapon that you want to utilize and use. And, again, just a really good kicker. He hasn't had that many opportunities to kick field goals this year, unfortunately, but did hit his 2 tonight. And, again, golden from point after attempts as well.
Yeah. So I wasn't going to fix the scoreboard. I still ain't.
Yeah, as I say,
we're 27-6.
See if Boozer puts this one through. Low snap, kick is on the way,
Did he get
and
it through?
it is no good.
No good. So it's 27-6, and that's going to be the final. Knock. Great call tonight, my friend. Great job. Thank all of you out there, and I want to thank our sponsors tonight: Gamers R Us, Uberzati, Technique Boxing, and Tails at the Barkery. Once again, your final score: the Cocoa Tigers move to 3-4, and next week we'll take on Astronaut to win a district championship. For Anthony Knockreiner, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski. This has been a presentation of Brevard.